Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It is a great day to be alive on this Tuesday. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name's Ben Brust. Alongside the Packer backer who showed he's not really a backer yesterday to me. He does not believe that the green and gold can win a Super Bowl.
Oh, so this is what we doing.
That's what you said yesterday.
Never came out my mouth.
Yeah,
you will not find
real
any clip of that.
KBN Nation could read between the lines of how wishy-washy you are about this team.
Do you like doing this? Do you like
I don't enjoy
fake narratives?
I don't enjoy doing this, but I got to
You
call
should be
out.
a playwright. You should write scripts.
But like when you give me the opportunity to say, okay, I now hear what Kyle's saying. None of it makes any sense other than he doesn't believe in this team. You're besides the point. The other point we have is Brad Nortman is here. And he's a longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up. More value in his pockets than any of us here.
Oh, wow.
That's what do you mean, oh, wow? You know that. I was afraid to show him my house.
Yeah, you didn't even show me, actually. You didn't even show me the picture. Kyle put up Christmas lights on his house. He showed everybody in pre-show, made a comment like, oh, I don't want to show Brad. He's going to think it's the outhouse. I made a comment back, yeah, it's probably the guest house. Still didn't show me.
Exactly. Ain't nobody got time to feel deflated at work.
Oh, you think I'm going to judge you?
Oh, so that's why you're mad, because you feel deflated because you don't believe in the Packers winning a Super Bowl this year.
Oh, stop it. Oh, stop it. You were nervous to have him at your house, too.
No, it's Brad. If he judges me, it's not like him.
Oh,
he's doing it for bit.
House.
I'm gonna smack you.
It is a beautiful house. It's a beautiful. The Brust estate is a beautiful estate.
And that is the last time I ever tell Brad advice on how to get his two foster children to sleep.
Oh, and it's been a game changer.
Yeah, so you better watch your tone.
I will. Oh, only the highest respect for Ben.
Look, he can't even say it right because he know damn well our houses ain't nothing compared to his.
Ours combined is half the house, if that.
Lexi, I'm telling you, put them together. It's not even the wing. It's not even the great room.
Not even the East Wing. Joining us again behind the board running the show is Alex Strofe. How was your birthday going? Because it seems as if you have extended the celebration from Saturday through your day off Monday and looking for more birthday attention today?
Exactly that. Yeah. It's amazing you remembered, actually.
800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-ESPN. See us on YouTube at ESP Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. All I know, and, I like having a decent amount of control over, knowing what we're going to talk about. All I know is that Alex Strofe has a bone to pick with me and consider me scared.
You should be. So I received this text Saturday morning, which, of course, was my birthday, from a member of the panel. Happy birthday, bud. I'm truly thankful for our friendship and getting to work alongside you every day. My life is better with you, and you're the man. Who do you think that was from?
Oh, Brad.
Yeah. Yeah, that was from Brad.
Sincere.
Oh, my gosh. I just
word.
puked listening to that.
Really nice message. Saturday morning, I received this text from a different member of the panel. Happy birthday, man. That's it. But that was from Kyle, which was nice to receive.
Sincerely yours, Kyle.
Sincerely.
Later that evening, Brad Nortman, Kyle Wallace come out, have a few cocktails with me. I get to hang out with my buddies. You still have yet to wish me a happy birthday.
Why are you laughing?
You're withholding it from him, Ben.
God, you are so soft.
For a guy that is a birthday guy like you.
No, Josh DiMaggio already proclaimed that you have taken over the birthday guy of the office from me, which is great.
Which is fine. You never wished me a happy birthday.
Dude, we were texting the day of your birthday.
We were talking about Carter Gilmore and how many minutes he was playing for the Badgers.
That's what makes it worse. I literally...
We were texting him on your birthday
we talked
and never
on my birthday, and you didn't say at any point, hey, happy birthday.
That is egregious. That's terrible. The reason why I sent him that happy birthday that way is because he texts us super early in the morning on a Saturday. I don't know why you need to text at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, but we had a conversation.
It was like 9:30.
I don't know. It just seemed too early to be hearing from you. And so I responded. I laughed. I said, oh, I didn't wish him a happy birthday. So later on, like 2 hours later, I wish you a happy birthday. And I can't believe that didn't trigger you to want to say happy birthday to the man.
Wait, was that in our group text?
Yes.
Yeah.
So...
And you still
Did you
haven't
say
wished
happy
him one.
birthday in the group text?
Yes, you did.
Oh, crap. Then that's on me, because my excuse right now is going to be with 3 of my closest friends at Wisconsin. We always send happy birthday in the group text,
he's
so it
coming up with a
reminds
fake
us.
Excuse. Yeah, Kyle did that.
Yeah, he did that. So I got no excuse. What I was going to do is I was 110% going to send you a very hefty Venmo to buy drinks for everyone who was at your gathering.
Okay, what
Venmo.
happened?
Yeah,
What happened?
they did
what
not go
happened?
through.
What
it.
happened?
I didn't get my
Hefty
drink
Venmo.
on Ben Brust on
It
Saturday.
must
Say
not
that
have.
much.
You must went to
No,
the
you
wrong Alex
actually,
Stroh.
you actually know who Venmoed me for a round on Saturday.
Josh DiMaggio's mom.
No, Jesse Nelson. Venmoed me for a round.
Wow, you are.
I wonder if he used the $50 I Venmoed him for his wedding.
You Venmoed him money for his wedding.
So you Venmoed Jesse for his wedding. You meant to send us money for a round. You meant to send a text in the group chat. You did none of it.
My bad.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, you don't even want to know the worst. He didn't send us money, but guess what he did? He was buying a whole bunch of people. Did you say that on air?
I think so.
Okay. He was.
Oh, I don't know.
What did you-
I don't think I said it on air.
He was
but
out-
I'll say it. I was out and about at 7 o'clock after the engagement party. We went to another bar. I was playing on a local slot machine. Lobster Mania was on fire.
Hell yeah,
I won like
Lobster Mania.
$450, $500 on Lobster Mania.
Oh,
So I
wow.
kept reinvesting into shots and drinks
Hell
for
yeah,
everybody.
brother. Lobster Mania.
Yeah,
He bought
everyone I was
food
with.
for people.
Oh, I bought
Wow.
$110 of Portillo's. I got a hot pepper beef with hot peppers.
those are good.
7 hot dogs,
Stop,
a burger,
stop.
7
We gotta be mad
fries.
at him.
Yeah,
Oh,
none of that went to us or you.
This is the problem. You
See-
love him too much.
No, but here's the thing: is
Mania had me distracted.
I think Strofe knows that I love him, and like I don't know, I'm horrible with birthdays. I forgot to text my brother on his birthday one year. Like it's part of it.
Hey, you know what he just did? He just subtly dropped, Strofe knows I love him, so I let him get away with it.
That's not what I'm doing. It's the
That is
truth.
what you're doing. You're trying to butter him up.
I ain't kissing nobody's
you're
ass.
love bombing him. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, gaslighting.
Gaslighting him. Yes, that's the Gen Z word.
Gaslighting Strofe.
Stop
Yeah.
doing that. You didn't even apologize. He's yet to say happy
What am I
birthday.
going to apologize
still
for? It's
haven't
his
said it.
birthday. Like, he didn't turn 30. He didn't turn 21. What'd you turn, 26? You're going to...
26.
It's inconsequential.
Yeah, okay.
Does
fair
any
enough.
part of you want to wish him a happy belated birthday?
It's too late now.
I mean, I got 3 Facebook posts today, so I think
wow.
I think it's still in bounds.
Go ahead, Ben.
Happy birthday, Strofe.
Thanks, Benny.
You're welcome. Holy cow, man.
I don't like
Stinky
that.
Ben.
Stinky Ben. Stinky Ben.
Stinky Ben.
I can't even get a card for my fiance on her birthday. You should not be upset that I forgot to tell you happy birthday.
I mean, it's two words.
Like your fiance, I do have a piece of advice. I read the text Brad Nortman sent me.
Be more like Brad.
That's a good pull, Strophe.
all I know is that you are one of a kind, and you make me feel really good about how much you care about yourself and your birthday versus how much I used to. And it's also given me clarity that I used to be a douche and care too much about my birthday and everyone wishing me happy birthday, because that's what you're doing right now, giving me clarity
Wait,
as
come
to...
on. How are you turning this on him? You're
this
the
is-
enemy.
this
You're
is
the villain.
gaslighting.
You're the bad guy.
I literally thought you were going to take your own fiance's advice, be more like Brad. I thought this was about to start a soliloquy because you were
no!
like, I appreciate you. That
Why
was the
would I
first
set
words.
expectations for myself moving forward that I can't meet now?
And then you dragged Strofe when you forgot his birthday. Wild.
Joe and the
Did you
Boonies,
forget?
guy pigged out on Portillo's over Strofe's birthday. Ben, again, be more like Brad. And Kyle, too.
Oh, wow.
Be more like Brad.
Yeah, look,
forget it?
no, that's the thing is, like, I knew. I just never did it.
Yeah, why didn't you respond to our text? We sent a great
Yeah,
text
I
message.
That's
sent-
of
I
us
sent the
three.
picture.
It's worse knowing and not
Essentially,
doing it.
I sent the picture that we took, the three of us. If you watched on YouTube yesterday, you saw it.
Yeah, crickets.
I sent it to you to like say, hey, we miss you. Because obviously it's the four of us every day.
Zero comments still from it.
Yeah.
No, I loved
No
it.
response.
I loved it the next morning.
Ooh, I don't know if you did.
Yeah, go back and check it.
The next morning.
The next
it wasn't
morning.
even the day up. We sent it at like 7
Well,
o'clock at
he's
night.
fine with belated wishes, if we found out here.
Well, I'd prefer normal wishes.
For
but-
somebody that cries about not being able to hang out with people
Yeah.
and talking about, hey, Kyle's not my friend. You sure are a bad friend here. I see why Strophe don't mess with him. You know what? You got me, you got Brad. You don't need him.
Are you and I friends?
We're buddies. You said it earlier. We're buddies.
I'll take buddies.
We're
I'll take
buddies.
buddies.
We're buddies.
Taking advice from a guy you're not even friends with.
We're going to hang out.
You know who showed up on my birthday? Kyle?
And I stuck around. I was there for 4-5 hours. What
He's bragging about having to stick around your birthday.
I was around there for 4-5 hours.
Remember when he said that he doesn't really hang out with people outside of work?
Yeah,
Guess what he did on Saturday?
And guess what he said to me? He ain't ever going to do it again.
Never again. I had
That's
my,
okay.
I had my one. I'm good.
He
punch card
showed
on
up when it
Stroh's
mattered
birthday.
most to me.
You know
Stroh,
what?
you should put a reminder in your phone, Ben, about Stroh's birthday for next year. Put a reminder, 360.
I do that
1
for
days.
everyone who's really important.
He
to me.
considered a hefty Venmo, he said. What? Define hefty for
Like
me.
$50 to buy you some shots.
Why didn't you send it?
I was at a party myself.
Lobster Mania.
Lobster Mania. I'm not gonna lie. I never went on slots at a
Is
bar.
that real? Lobster Mania?
Oh yeah, great game. The bonus games were hitting Strofe.
How close did you get to sending it? Did you open the
Oh no,
Venmo
I
app?
never opened it. I was like,
Just only a thought.
Later today for his party. Actually, I might have thought that on Friday when Kyle was talking off air about trying to figure out if he should show up or not.
He did. I don't know why you're trying to throw him in the
I don't
doghouse.
recall ever having that conversation. I was always going to show up. It was a surprise. I didn't want to break the surprise.
I didn't know.
All right,
there
how
was a
about
party.
this? 800-990-3776. If you could text in happy birthday to Alex Strofe on behalf of Ben Brust,
No, it's okay.
that would
It's
be
okay.
wonderful.
I don't
Let's
need it.
make him feel special
No,
since I didn't do a good job.
No, I don't need it.
You know who I make feel special? You know who I care about the most, Strofe? It's not you. It's not it is my fiance.
Oh, wow.
It's almost.
Be
You
more
didn't even
like
throw it
I
at
almost
me.
just got thrown out the house.
Whoa.
My daughter is number one, and I'm sorry. She is number one forever. I have recently created a song for her that I've been singing throughout the house to her. This morning, I dropped off my daughter at daycare, and I think it's an in-home daycare. I think the lady that runs the daycare might think I'm crazy because as I do my high-pitched, I love you, honey. Like, I can't wait to see you later.
That's how you
Like,
talk to her?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Hi, baby.
Is that what you do to
Hi.
kids?
Hi, how are you?
Is there a reason why we
Sound like
can't
Elmo
believe
on drugs.
You do. You sound like a clown.
And so I started singing her a song over the weekend, and I sang it into a microphone for you all to hear. Hi, honey. I love you. What is it like being the cutest girl in the entire world? What is it like being the cutest girl in the entire world? Hey, what is it like being the cutest girl in the entire world? I love you.
So
wow.
we're supposed to be respectful because it's his daughter, so I can't say anything negative.
You say what you want to say,
That was
Kyle.
trash, bro.
What do you mean that was trash?
Dude, what is it like being the cutest girl in the world? That's so easy and so simple. That's nothing.
You didn't make that up. You said you made up a lullaby. You invented one.
I
It's
did.
one
That's my
line.
masterpiece.
It's one line repeated 4 times.
It's 12 words.
You
What is it
gave-
like being the cutest girl in the entire world? 12 words.
You don't say her name. You don't get any characteristics about something that's so cute about her. Her button nose, her cute little toes. You didn't do anything. This is for anybody. I can say that to a dang pillow or a teddy bear.
And what's worse, it was just played over these airwaves. We know that podcasts are created from this. This is going to exist forever. She's going to be 18 years old.
I can't wait
She's
to
gonna
play
be
it for her.
And she's just going to be like,
My
Dad,
dad's
you are
a
that
loser."
dad.
My dad's a loser?
Yeah, that's what he's gonna say. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty loser.
Is she going to be embarrassed of me?
Oh, yeah. She already probably
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
You say you as you leave for daycare.
She smiled after I sang it.
You know what the other kids are probably saying to her? Like, that's your dad? That creepy dude? That's what they're saying
Whoa.
at daycare.
Again, be careful. Watch your tongue, Brad.
No, Brad.
I've been
a little
giving
too
you dad
reliant on Ben
advice.
right now.
No. See, now
What is
what he
it
does.
like being the cutest girl?
Oh, that's terrible.
The
Stop.
cutest girl. I love you. What is it like being the cutest girl in the entire world? Come on, guys. You don't love it?
I was expecting more creativity.
Yeah.
JJ and
there.
Poinette, pardon me while I vomit from Ben's musical interlude.
Yeah, I say put it in the trash and start something new. Baby girl deserves more than that.
Well, if I get permission from my fiance, her parents made a really good lullaby that we sing to her when she's in distress, and it's actually creative
Why can't you sing it?
because her name's in it. I don't know if we want to
Can
use
you
it.
just change it to Kyle?
No, because her name rhymes with words,
Her name rhymes with other words, doesn't it?
but not for the song. Damn it!
I'm trying to think of what words rhymes with.
Well, let me work on permission. and we'll be right back. As Brad wants a number one wide receiver. He's sick of this mediocre. Is that fair? Mediocre wide receiver.
Yeah, the
smorgasbord.
Packers, they lead the NFL.
It's a smorgasbord of wide receivers, but no one's really being elite consistently.
Inconsistent. Leads the NFL in drops. I want a wide receiver one, darn it.
We had the damn conversation about how this is going to be the greatest thing ever, and everyone convinced themselves that this would be the greatest thing ever. I'm not feeling the greatest thing ever about the wide receiver core either. So I want to hear from Brad, 800-990-3776. What is it like being the cutest girl in the entire world?
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
No, some of those things I say act like I think I'm something that I'm not.
I mean, you can say finna. Say, listen, I'm finna do this show here from 5 to 6.
I'm finna do the show.
The Homer Hour finna be lit from 5 to 6.
No, I'll never say that again.
It rolls, though, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. It's not me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kevin Moret from Mentality Health. Guys, do you know that the average free testosterone level we see in men is just a third of what it should be? Try doing your day with only a third of the energy, strength, and drive that you need, with a third of the hormone that drives it. Drained energy, lack of motivation, you won't recognize yourself. We can fix that. Our doctors work closely with you to restore back 100% free testosterone. Nothing will change until you do. Book your $55 blood test today to find out how you stack up at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Wallace. Right now at Universal Windows Direct, get 0% financing for 60 months, restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com to schedule your free in-home estimate.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
College hockey returns to Fiserv Forum with the 4th annual Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off, December 28th and 29th. The Wisconsin Badgers return to defend their title, facing the Ferris State Bulldogs in semifinal action on day one. The Yukon Huskies and Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks will battle for the other spot in the championship game. Don't miss the college hockey action coming to Milwaukee and see who wins the championship on day 2. Secure your seats today at Ticketmaster.com.
Brighten up your home, workplace, or event with flowers and trust Welke's Milwaukee Florist to be your local florist. Welke's is family-owned and has delivered beauty for customers and businesses for well over 100 years. Join Welke's flower subscription so your home is always fresh, or discover the benefits of creating a corporate account and leave the work to them. Welke's Milwaukee Florist has locations in Elm Grove and at 56th and North in Milwaukee. Go to welkes.com, that's WELKES.com for more info and to place an order.
You're back at the gym. Your new gym outfit? On point. Your new sneakers? Baller. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So when you take your first yoga class in 10 months, your body might surprise you, but your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at Right Choice Tax Resolution Services. We have recently talked with a number of new clients who told us the same story. They had a tax situation and went with one of those national firms with the TV and radio ads. You know the ones. They guarantee they can settle your tax owed for pennies on the dollar. They take a $10,000 fee up front, and then you never hear from them again. We are a local firm and just want to help you resolve your situation so you can get on with your life. Don't let your bank account get wiped out, your paycheck or social security check get garnished, or a lien put on your house so you can't sell it or get refinanced. The state can even put a hold on your occupational license. What happens when the hospital finds out your nursing license is suspended or you can't sell insurance anymore? Make the right choice and call 844-222-1192 or visit rightchoicetax.us today. Schedule a free meeting so we can talk and come up with a solution to solve your situation now. If you wait, it will not go away. The The first meeting is free. Call now, 844-222-1192, or visit rightchoicetax.us.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you
What a bump back for Alex Stroh. What we do know is I have not gotten permission to sing the real song with my daughter's name per my fiance. But as I sang the song, we will get right into Green Bay Packers, I promise. A lot of happy birthdays to Alex Stroh on the text line. We can use Kyle's name in place of my daughter's name. So shall we try it?
I'm all ears.
Kyle, would you like to be my daughter?
Little baby Kyle. Hey, baby Kyle.
Hey, baby Kyle.
Baby Kyle, how you doing?
Oh, man, I am adorable.
Kyle, Kyle, little one, you are brighter than the sun. We love you more each day and can't wait to come and play. Kyle, Kyle, you're so fun as we watch you jump and run.
Oh, that's so good.
That's really
That's
good.
much better than that trash you sang or you recorded.
That's a beautiful lullaby.
That
beautiful.
was good. That was good.
Creativity.
I love how
multiple
he
different
giggled like a
lines.
baby in the middle of it.
Yeah, you cooed a little bit.
I felt it.
You're so beautiful.
You didn't write that.
No, her parents did.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's magical.
It's 10 times better than what I put together.
All right, let's talk about the Packers now.
Oh, okay. Should we?
Yeah,
Is that what we're here for?
I'm over this.
Yeah, kidless Strofe. Matt, it's not about his birthday, so we got to talk about the Green Bay Packers, which I'm fine with because, Brad, I'm with you. They need somebody to emerge as a number one wide receiver, and if it's not on this team, what do they do?
Yeah, guys, it's starting to get to the point in the season where we had this idea that this wide receiver by committee, having a bunch of B wide receivers, was going to be the solution, right? But as I'm looking at this and particularly comparing to different teams, I'm over it. I want a bona fide number one wide receiver. And I don't care how the Packers get it. Either someone needs to emerge from this group as a bona fide number one wide receiver, or the Packers need to prioritize it in the draft, looking at a first round draft pick wide receiver type mentality. Because let's look at the Green Bay Packers. I mean, they lead the NFL in dropped passes. 32 of 32 teams, they have the most dropped passes. And it's evenly spread, guys. Number one of all the wide receivers in the NFL in drop passes, Dontavian Wicks. Number 2, Jaden Reed. Number 9th, Romeo Doubs. 3 of their 4 top receivers are in the top 10 in drop passes and have number 1 and number 2 spots. And that leaves Christian Watson. Well, Christian Watson has some of the most memorable drops. He might not have the quantity, but he's got big play drops. So that's a drop standpoint. But even then, the inconsistency, guys. I don't know what receiver on any given game is going to show up and be the guy. So imagine what Jordan Love is thinking. I don't know which guy is going to be the guy that I can count on and rely on for the big game. The biggest weapons right now for the Green Bay Packers are Tucker Kraft and Josh Jacobs. None of the 4 wide receivers we thought would be bona fide. And this was solidified last night as I'm watching the Bengals play against the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb gets an early touchdown. Jamar Chase just does whatever the heck he wants to do. He is unguardable.
Horrible game plan playing zone against Jamar Chase.
Yeah,
but
horrible.
zone or man, that guy gets open and he is a machine.
When you have a top quarterback like Joe Burrow and a top wide receiving threat like Jamar Chase, now I know those guys don't grow on trees, right? I know that. But it's almost unstoppable when you have that kind of relationship and duo. So I look at this Packer team and say, look, I need someone to emerge. None of these guys are taking that step this year to be the wide receiver 1. Jordan Love needs a wide receiver 1 for this team to take the next step. All great teams tend to have that guy, whether it be a tight end or a wide receiver, and the Packers need it because I look around the league, I see these other dudes who are seemingly unstoppable. That will be the unlocking of this Packers offense to take it to the next level.
And if you wanted to play devil's advocate for a second, you could say the Bengals are not anywhere near where the Packers are in record, but they did put up a really interesting graphic that they are 2-4, the Bengals, when scoring 30-plus points. The rest of the league is like 98-5 when scoring 30-plus points. So, it is an anomaly that they're losing, but you can still see the power of what a number one wide receiver does. And before the season, we were all talking about it. I know, Kyle, you were excited about it. I don't need no wide receiver one. We got all these guys that are going to grow into their role, and it's kind of been underwhelming.
Yeah, I admit it has been underwhelming watching the guys go out there, but I'm not going to the point where I feel like we need to prioritize getting a number one wide receiver early in this draft. I see entirely too many holes on this football team defensively for us to be able to prioritize this. I think you're overselling, really, the lack of production. They've been a productive crew, but they just have not been a consistent crew, right? You have too many times where guys are elevating their play. Romeo Doubs, he's playing well one day, and then now he's not playing well, and now he's out with a concussion, right? Jaden Reed started the season hot, and then all of a sudden he went multiple games where he's not doing too much. Christian Watson might be quiet for a couple of days, and boom, he's out there. Tay Wicks forgets how to catch for a couple games, then he makes some nice touchdowns, right? And so overall, I think it's the lack of consistency which would lead you to say these guys, they need a number one wide receiver. But the way that I look at it as these are still a whole bunch of young guys. Everybody I just said is still early in their career. We're talking about second and third year guys. And remember, they were not elite talent coming out of the NFL. None of these guys, maybe Christian Watson has some whispers or maybe crawling all the way up to the first round, but most of these guys were going to be second, third, fourth, fifth round draft picks that you were drafting, and so you're going to have to wait for them to actually have to develop. That's the stage that we're at. These guys were not instant impact guys whatsoever. These guys were guys who are going to draft. They can make an impact, but develop into the star that they're going to be. I'm not going to quit on Jaden Reed being a number one wide receiver. I'm not ready to quit on Christian Watson as he continues to emerge. And you know what? When it comes to Romeo Doubs, I just need him to be healthy and be a great quality number 3 wide receiver. But I'm not ready to say we need to get a number one guy right now. That's great. Everybody wants a number one guy, but I don't think the priority is as high as you think it is.
800-990-3776 on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. That's where you can find us. And on Twitter, X at KBN ESPN, the poll is up. Is there a Packer? Is the Packers wide receiver one on their current roster? Do they have a wide receiver one? Whether it's this year or next year, are they on the roster? Because the first text I get about this conversation is people already looking at free agents. T. Higgins, Godwin. I don't even know if those are bona fide number ones that you're looking for in this conversation. I'd almost rather roll the dice and say, all right, let's choose a guy of what we like the most on this team to jump into that role moving forward. But I also am like, I don't know if we're in a good place right there either.
Yeah, look, there's two extremes that I think are healthy areas to be when it comes to wide receivers. Either you have a bona fide number one, and I mean a bona fide number one.
Every time you say bona fide, I keep thinking of the Stephen A. bona fide scrub.
He's a bona fide scrub.
For real, though. I feel like he's saying it more since we had that.
Scrub. He can't play.
Either you have a guy like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, just guys that are Amon-Ra St. Brown that can consistently produce, and you pay them like that, right? And then they end up having a big chunk of the cap. Or you've got a bunch of young guys that are cheap that all try to collectively perform to that level like the Packers do. I think the worst thing you can do is bring in a guy like T. Higgins. Think about like what my Jacksonville Jaguars did with like Gabe Davis, paying him $15 million, $20 million for a wide receiver two that you're trying to make a wide receiver one. I don't think that's the way to go. You don't go to free agency. You either need to draft them and prioritize it in the draft because Goody hasn't had great defensive first round draft picks anyway. So you might as well create a high-octane offense, or you need to rely on someone stepping up and doing that. The only receiver that I can see having that potential is Jaden Reed. He's playmaking ability, he's tough, he's consistent, he's reliable, and it is dumbfounding to me as to why the last 4 games he has 8 receptions. It really makes no sense to me. He should be featured. You should give him the ball early and often. So if you're looking at a guy that is on the roster, it's Jaden Reed. Outside of him, I just don't see it. Now, will he take that step? I feel like early on we saw signs of it, but we haven't seen it consistently. So the jury's still out on if he can actually be that guy.
Yeah, I think it's very unfortunate that Matt LaFleur hasn't done a good enough job in these last couple of weeks, and he'll admit it, to being able to get him the ball. I know Jason Wilde joined us yesterday on our show. You can always listen back on Wisconsin On Demand when Jason Wilde joins us. But Jason talked about, he asked a question of Matt LaFleur, and Matt LaFleur said, we only have 44 offensive plays. Like, you can only do so much when you have so few plays. So overall, I think it's going to be an emphasis moving on, just like we saw when Romeo Doubs had his episode where he went AWOL, he went missing, he didn't show up to practice, he got suspended for the game, and then all of a sudden they force-fed him. I think you'll find that with Jaden Reed, but in the difference in that, Romeo Doubs, tremendous receiver. Jaden Reed, complete difference maker. You give him the ball, he is a great weapon, and he can change the game for you. So I definitely think there'll be an emphasis on making sure that Jaden Reed gets the ball, whether it's out the backfield, a swing pass, or catching it downfield. Jaden Reed will touch the rock this week.
He should. but it still doesn't give me clarity on the question of, is the Packers wide receiver 1 on their current roster? But this conversation started from Brad watching Jamar Chase yesterday, and I'm sure like you did, like I did, like we all might have, went to ESPN Plus or Disney Plus.
Doe is correct, and that's what the Cowboys said yesterday. It said, Doe, how do we allow for this block punt? And then we smuffed it, and they got the ball back, and then Joe Burrow found Jamar Chase. And I'm telling y'all this right now. If you missed last night's Monday Night Football game, the Bart Simpson-led Bengals took down the Homer Simpson-led Cowboys in an unforgettable game, and you can watch the video on demand now. Yes, you can watch it on demand now. Woo! The Simpsons Fun Day football stream last night on Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. It was a real-time animated Monday Night Football game featuring the Bengals and the Cowboys in the iconic Simpsons cartoon world. The Simpsons Fun Day football was a true family affair as Bart Simpson sided with Burrow and the Bengals while Homer aligned with C.D. Lamb and the Cowboys in the Springfield's Adams Stadium. So again, it was great to watch. I love when they do this. Make sure you download ESPN Plus and Disney Plus, and seeing two great things I love like NFL football and The Simpsons coming together was a wonderful thing to see. Again, The Simpsons Fun Day football streamed last night on Disney Plus and ESPN Plus, and they are also on your mobile devices with NFL Plus and video on demand, and it can be watched now. It's the perfect football game to watch with everyone. Simpsons, NFL, perfect combination last night.
Mark Tauscher, Packers Hall of Famer. I'm curious to see his response to what we just asked all of you as the responses keep coming in about the Packers wide receiver room. Is the Packers wide receiver 1 on the current roster? Yes, somebody develops right now, 67%. No, not on the team, 33%. We will get Mark Tauscher's feedback, the Packer Hall of Famer, right here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Listen, Diana, that's her name. Listen, we all about positive manifestation. I like you, Diana. All it is negative. Diana. Criticize.
Dirty Diana.
I love you, Kyle.
Love you too, girl.
I love you, Kyle.
I love you too. That's what I'm talking about. The real Packer Nation.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Greg Matzek, Gary Ellerson, the day after reaction show you need in your life.
This offense, Matt LaFleur's side of the ball, dragged this whole team through where they are right now.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
The defense got hot at the right time. That might be what we're seeing here with the Packers defense as well.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
Bengo made his list and checked it twice. Turns out Bucs fans are really nice. Slay the holidays with a limited time ticket offer that will land you at the top of Bengo's nice list. Score gifts for the Bucs fans in your life and treat yourself too. Holiday packages feature ticket codes to redeem now or use later, exclusive Bucs holiday items, and an e-gift card that can be used to eat, drink, and be merry at Fiserv Forum. Explore options at bucks.com/deal season.
It's your last chance to snag Dell Technologies' lowest prices of the year before the holidays. The future is on sale today with limited time deals on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. This is their biggest sale of the year and the best time to upgrade, but it's only here for a limited time. Shop now at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! 'Tis the season for your business to grow going into 2025. But how? SnapshotMyBusiness.com gets you a snapshot of your online reputation, so you know what's being said about your business, naughty or nice. Have you looked? With your free snapshot from SnapshotMyBusiness.com, you'll find the people being naughty or nice about your business. Then fix your online reputation this holiday. SnapshotMyBusiness.com.
Ho, ho, ho! Hey, it's Jason Wilde, and I have the perfect gift idea for you. A custom holiday gift box filled with all your Kringle favorites from Racine Danish Kringles. There's no wrapping needed, and this season you can try their newest holiday pastry, Eggnog Kringle. Created to bring festive cheer start to your celebration. Filled with rich, creamy eggnog and topped with sweet icing and a sprinkle of cinnamon, it's perfect for sharing with loved ones. Go to Kringle.com to order or call 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, it's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Be prepared for the next outage with a Generac home standby generator. After sensing a power outage, a Generac generator automatically restores your home's power, whether you're home or away. Power your life with a generator from Adams, Wisconsin's #1 rated Generac dealer. Adams provides sales, installation, maintenance, and 24/7 service from all locations. Learn why Adams is your best choice in providing power peace of mind. Visit adamspower.com today.
Did you know that military veterans in Wisconsin carry millions of dollars in debt? This holiday season, it's time to give back to those who have given so much. Verizon and the Milwaukee Bucks are teaming up with ForgiveCo to make a difference with the Verizon Debt Relief Program. All December long, Verizon and ForgiveCo will relieve $250,000 of debt each week to ease the burden on local heroes. To find out how military veterans and members can receive special Verizon offers, visit verizon.com/military. Let's bring the spirit of giving to those who served.
Hey ESPN Milwaukee fans, Gary Austin here from our friends at Best Electric Service. An A-plus Better Business Bureau family owned and operated who have been serving you for over 50 years. No job is too big or too small, whether it's making panel upgrades to your home, new LED in lighting, electric vehicle charging, and all residential service calls. Best Electric provides quality service at fair prices. They are experienced and licensed electrical contractors ready to get to work. Connect with the Best Electric Service. Find out more at bestelect.com.
Mark Tauscher on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman is brought to you by Fleet Farm. Remember, if Fleet Farm doesn't have it, then you don't need it.
Joining us on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman is the Packers Hall of Famer. His name is Mark Tauscher. If you missed the players only during the Lions-Packers game on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison, you should watch back or listen to Wilde and Tausch 9 and noon across these various stations to get insight, but we're happy to have him right now on the show. What's up, Old T?
What's up, boys?
Dissecting a lot of Green Bay Packers right now as we're in the home stretch here, and it's kind of interesting to me, Tausch, because I feel like collectively amongst Packer fans and maybe, I don't know, yourself, I don't know where you stood.
Benny, can I jump in quick and ask a question? Do you have the whole panel with you today? Or
whole panel.
Whole crew, Tauschi.
Whole panel. Do you, Benny, Kyle, Nordy, believe that this Green Bay Packer team can win a Super Bowl this year?
Kyle, it's so funny you asked that. Kyle talked about this team, and I came to the conclusion at the end of the show that he truly doesn't believe they can win a Super Bowl.
That's not what I don't know how he can. I truly believe that the Green Bay Packers can win a Super Bowl. My whole argument was the fact that I want to play the Lions again because I'm not afraid of them. I believe this football team can win a Super Bowl. They are not if I had to pick one, if you say, hey, you got to put $1 million on a team, it wouldn't be the Packers, but I do believe the Packers can win a Super Bowl this year. They're one of the probably maybe 5 or 6 teams in the NFL that have a legitimate shot.
Yeah, to me, my stance is, like anything can happen, but I certainly wouldn't bet on them, and it doesn't seem like this is their year to win a Super Bowl. It would take a radical change, and honestly, I would be surprised if something happened to allow them to go all the way to the Super Bowl and win.
Yeah, the reason I'm on no is I feel like the momentum that they had later in the year last year started earlier than it is right now. So they'd have to start really showing something these last 4 weeks to really get people to believe that they can actually, as a wild card team, run the gamut and win a Super Bowl.
Just wait a second.
My final point.
Just wait a second. Go ahead, Nordy.
Well, I think they've got some fatal flaws that I don't see how they fix, which is going to get them in the end.
So, Benny, my point back to you is you're saying they have already hit their peak. Last year, the peak for this team, obviously they played great.
No, that's not what I said.
Kansas City and Detroit. That is what you...
I said they need to hit their peak and show that they have a peak. I haven't seen a peak.
Oh, okay, I misheard you. Okay, well, carry on.
Yeah. No, I mean, what do you think?
So... I believe that this team could beat any team in the NFL. Do I think consistently they have what it takes to go through a gauntlet and do it on a consistent basis? We have not seen them do that yet, so I would be a fool to say, well, there's no question. But I think when Green Bay is at its best and they're playing their best football, absolutely they can. Can they do that with the gauntlet of having to go to Philly and go into Detroit? I don't think so.
And then the last part is winning the Super Bowl against an AFC team. Like, I mean, this that's where I'm with you of like, it's a big task to ask a team that hasn't shown us throughout the season they can do it in the regular season to do it in the playoffs where it's even harder. And now sometimes, it's one and done. Anything can happen, but you like to have more confidence on what you've seen from this team collectively this late in the season. It's hard for me to say that they've given me enough reasons to believe that they could run the gamut in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that's a fair, rational point to look at. But I think just to dismiss because Detroit's beaten them twice. Detroit just beat them at home, where Green Bay was pretty inefficient is the nicest way I can put it in the first half on offense. The question is going to be, is this defense going to be more like it was the first 5 or 6 weeks, or is it going to be more like what we've seen the last couple? And if it's going to be like it was against Detroit, where you didn't feel like they were ever going to stop them unless they got a turnover, it's going to be tough because Philly's really good on offense, and obviously so is Detroit. And you're asking way too much from your own offense to not have any slip-ups with a team that's still pretty young. So that's why I think you'd have to lean that way. But I just the amount of people that are saying you guys are being homers and all this other stuff, I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I'm definitely saying they definitely aren't, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely. I hear what you're saying. Like they've shown that they have the capability to beat any team in the NFL, but consistently it hasn't been there enough, and then the stakes get higher. And I think Brad made some points. Like, you're not going to find a game-wrecking pass rusher, and who knows about the availability of Jair. The funny thing that I keep hearing is the Packers are going to get healthy at the right time to the playoffs. Nobody can prognosticate that.
Well, I think the thought would be you get Jair back, maybe Edgerrin Cooper's back, and Romeo Doubs is back. And at that point, you're pretty much, if you get Jordan Morgan back to, provide a little more depth on the O-line, that's, knock on wood, this team has been pretty dang healthy this year. If you take the Jordan Love component out of it, where he missed 3 games in the 2.5 games, they won those games. This has not been a injury-riddled season by any stretch of the imagination for this team when you look at the big picture. And the few guys that have missed a bunch of time, hopefully see the end of the light here and get back out there and get a couple of games in before the playoffs kick started.
Well, we're talking with old T, Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Now, Tausch, it does come a little bit of watching Jamar Chase and seeing other guys, Jefferson, Addison. I know Wildy's talked about Addison and Jefferson with us a little bit and what they've been able to do in the past game. Before this season and in training camp, all I think everyone was buying into was that the wide receiver room would emerge organically. And do you think the Packers have a wide receiver 1 on the roster, or is it something they're going to have to find elsewhere?
I don't think it's crystallized like I think a lot of us thought it would. I think talent-wise, Christian Watson's just different. Is he the most polished and the guy that I think can emerge as that guy? He is, but Jaden Reed, I think we get prisoner of the moment a bunch, and Jaden Reed, I think middle of the season, we would have all said, he's our guy. He's the number 1.
We all did.
But then he's had 3 or 4 weeks now where you don't see that. From number 1s, you can have some games that you get shut down, but not zeros. You just don't see number 1 wideouts not get the football. And
Taus,
I know
quickly, is that on Jaden? Is that on Matt? Or is that on Love?
I mean, the easy answer is everybody, but I do think Matt LaFleur has to schematically, if you get him a jet sweep, you have to kind of get guys engaged, because there's one thing you could say, well, we have him, he's the number 1 guy in the route. Well, you're going against the number 1 corner, and at some point, especially on first and second down, I think because just like shooting and all the other sports, finding a rhythm is a big thing, and that goes for wide receivers too.
Tausch, we were talking about the Packers making a Super Bowl run. Well, right now, it seems almost impossible to win the division, but almost certainly that the Packers will make the playoffs. There's already clinching scenarios going on right now. So as you look at the playoffs and seeding, does it matter to you what seed the Packers are? Or you look at it and say, okay, we're in, and you're going to have to go through the gauntlet either way. Does seeding matter to you now that they're almost guaranteed a wild card?
The only thing I would say is avoid the 7 seed. And I know I guess I was poo-pooing Washington because of some of their performances lately, but I don't think you want to have to go to Detroit or Philly in the first round. I think you'd prefer playing Tampa, Atlanta, or whoever comes out of the West. But the bottom line is, they're not going to win the division. I mean, it would take a minor miracle for everything to fall their way. You're going to have to go win 3 road games more likely, but in case there's upsets, I think you always want to get the highest seed. You want to be in that 5 spot in case Minnesota or if Detroit slips down there, you get that opportunity to potentially host if something does happen. But I think if you fall in that 5-6 slot and you're playing the winner of the South or the winner of the West, I think that is where you're at your best circumstances to try to get out of that first round.
Tausch, is this it for Rodgers? I mean, I heard some audio from Rob Demovsky basically saying that he doesn't think Rodgers is going to sign with another team. Is this going to be sad to see him go out like this? Blacklisted?
I don't know if it'll be sad. I mean, I think he's had 20-some years in the NFL. And, I think everybody wants the John Elway going out with, a championship and all that. But we all would love to go out in a big way. That's just not how the NFL works. And for Aaron, I think to be able to fight back from that Achilles, and if he can play 17 weeks, that is a heck of an accomplishment. I'll be fascinated to see if he's going to be intrigued and motivated to go play on a really small deal, which is what he'll have to do. I don't think he's going to get $50 million a year. I think it's going to be more along the lines of what team is going to be looking to kind of have a bridge guy, and he's going to be a bridge guy now, not the guy because of his age and everything else. So if I had to wager, I would say that he will not play another snap in the NFL after this season.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Man.
That is sad. Old T, though, I want to stick with the current because the conversation you brought to us is ultimately the most important thing to Packer fans about this team's opportunity to win a Super Bowl. You had said something that I had thought this, and I was like, hey, am I overthinking this one? And then I was affirmed by one text. Doesn't mean it's every text. Dave from Aaron chimes in. Makes me nervous that Tausch is talking about the Packers, who have been primarily healthy, and they couldn't take down the injury-riddled Lions in that moment. Kind of makes me feel like, even a little bit worse about their chances.
Yeah, I can understand that. I think it's always in the eye of the beholder as far as how all that stuff shakes out. But you played a team that had not lost at their place, and even though they're obviously banged up, you had them on the ropes and you had opportunities to win the game. You didn't. And I don't think there's going to be anybody in that locker room that is thinking, there's no way we're going to be able to beat these boys. I think it's the exact opposite. I think the motivation level, you never need to worry about that for a playoff game anyways, but I just feel like there's always that, man, we were so close. And you can look back at your hoops teams, Benny, in regards to, losing to Kentucky, and then the next year you get that. You don't get a lot of chances in life to kind of get a second chance at a second chance, and the Packers potentially could be in that spot.
Yeah, Tausch, real quick, man, before we let you go, I disagree with that question because of the fact, last time I checked it, bless you, Ben, we can all hear that.
It was off air.
Yeah.
But no, everybody was injured on the defense, wasn't it? It wasn't the offense. The Lions were rather healthy on offense. They were missing their left tackle, but they were healthy on offense, and the offense chopped us up as they chopped up of everybody else. But offensively, the Packers struggled a little bit in the first half, but they lit them up in the second half. They adjusted and lit them up. So I don't know why we were concerned about them being injury-riddled. We destroyed their defense in the second half.
That's my point. When they get guys back, it'll be harder.
I don't know about you. I wasn't concerned at all about the injury riddleness. None. That's part of the deal. You got to overcome it. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, Detroit did and Green Bay didn't.
Anything for us before you maybe head off to basketball practice? How's the pick and roll going?
I'm going to run. I'm going to start putting in a press. We're going to press.
I like it.
Ooh,
I like zone that. Or man?
Man. You got to go man. Nobody knows how to do zone press. Not at this level. Unless I can get you to come up here and help coach.
I'd love to. I'd love to get back in the hardwood.
I will get you the info and we'll get you up here. We can do a remote from the gym.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from the Tauschers basketball practice coming up to you in a show sometime soon.
I love that idea.
Play-by-play from Alex Strofe. That's why he's excited. Thanks, Tausch.
See you, guys.
It's Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer. Catch him on Wildy and Tausch, 9 to noon across these very stations. Anyone feel better after that conversation? Deep sigh from Brad.
Oh, I do.
Shaking the head from Strofe.
Anytime Tauscher agrees with me, I feel good. Tauscher knows football, man. He got one of these.
Dude, Tauscher knows football, and he's also leans pro Packer.
Oh, he has
and
a ring,
he even
Brad.
said,
You go.
"I'd be a
Second
fool."
place, Brad.
I'd be a fool.
Here's the thing I'm struggling with in my brain. A little mental gymnastics here on a Tuesday. Brad, you said you think it's Jaden Reed, right?
I think it will be Jaden Reed.
Yep. Tausch said Christian Watson. Obviously, we all know I'm a huge Jaden Reed fan, but my head goes to Dontavian Wicks as the guy that could eventually emerge to become a true number one.
If he gets rid of the Devontae Adams early young and drops.
Right. And that's who he's reminiscent of with how great he is at separating himself. We've got 3 legitimate guys that we think could evolve into it, but we haven't seen it now 2.5 years or a year and a half in, depending on the guy.
I think the word there that we're still figuring out if it's true is the legitimate word. I think it's still a potential word. Because if it was legitimate, we would see it.
More often than we have, for
Correct.
sure. Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, it's semantics, but it's however you look at it.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to discuss the Packers wide receiver room, as well as the expectations you all had for Jordan Love in KBN Nation. I want to hear your thoughts on if he's met them or not. But, of course, Strofe, let's get the people ready. What is my record, and are you smarter than Ben Brust?
Could today be the day Ben Brust finally goes under 500? And are you smarter than Ben Brust? 25, and 7 is his record.
Did Brad run out of gas on the way home yesterday? Will I lose Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? You don't go anywhere. We're next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Subarus, anybody in the Subaru driving down Fond du Lac or Capitol,
wow.
I'm like, you are not where you need to be driving that slow.
I mean, if we're being honest, it's always the Subaru.
It is always a Subaru.
And they likely have a lot of bumper stickers.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Barry Alvarez, welcome into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. How are you?
Your home for everything Wisconsin Badgers.
I want to run through a wall for you, Coach. I'll go squat the rest of my life and give me 1 year eligibility, and I'll do my damnedest to make you proud.
Ben, we're going to have to toughen you up a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of it.
I want to see you put your nose on somebody's chest.
364 more days till next year's hockey tryouts. I got to toughen up.
Weekdays from 2 to 5 on 94.5 ESPN and on ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In-person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. Better is right around the corner in 2025. Feeling better, that is. Getting rid of that joint pain once and for all. QC Kinetics is your solution to finally getting that joint pain relief that you are looking for. When I went to QC Kinetics, I found them to be incredibly accommodating, knowledgeable, and personal to be able to take what I was dealing with and put me on my own individualized plan to pain relief. So no matter what you're dealing with, shoulders, knees, hips, or back, it was back for me. The medical professionals at QC Kinetics are going to use all the tools in their tool belt to help give you that pain relief you've been looking for. So many things that allow you to feel your best for a brand new year. If you've been told surgery is your only or best option, you deserve a second opinion. Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation to live your best life in 2025. Call 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from ESPN Milwaukee's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. You know how much I love and trust X-Golf with my golf game. Whether we're talking about Brookfield or Mequon, the state-of-the-art simulators, the custom golf clubs they can build, the lessons you can get from their PGA pros. Secretly, one of my favorite things is after my round. In fact, most Fridays, you can find me in Brookfield at the bar enjoying a nice cold drink, maybe having some of the food that they have from their incredible menu. This can happen for you too. Go to xgolfbrookfield.com or xgolfmequon.com to book your tee time today.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Show the world what your business is made of with 3 Tree Marketing.
So at 3 Tree, we're storytellers through merchandise. Every brand we work with has a unique story, and we're there to tell it using merchandise, display, appreciation, and gifting.
President Kevin Van Rossum knows that's important.
There's promo peddlers again, or tchotchke vendors, or whatever cliche people want to use. But we work with our client partners to become an extension of their team. We provide ideas, unique offerings that fit budget, timing, as well as messaging.
Check out why 3 Tree is the partner you need. 3treemarketing.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Well, if you need a bath or shower remodel this holiday season, turn to Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It has been a journey since the beginning of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. I got off to a really good start in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? My name's Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofer on the show. UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. Watching on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison, and running the show at the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison Studios is... nobody.
Took a break.
Where are you? Do your job.
I was doing other jobs, Ben. I'm sorry.
Oh, here we go.
This isn't
Mr.
my only
Defensive.
thing, I know.
Mr. Defensive, Hunter Vaughn. There he is. Can't take ownership. There he is. Good to have Hunter
only
Vaughn.
taking ownership of things getting recorded and doing other things.
Oh, my
I'm
gosh.
sorry.
Mr. Defensive. I work hard. I work hard. I like it.
You guys
harder than you.
It's a work hard off.
No, I tell you, I love the Madison office, but I don't know. With Ben Brust was in the Madison office, Strofe was in the Madison office, Hunter's in the Madison office. You got the hall monitor in the Madison office. Just a lot of pent-up aggression and anger.
Did you see that? I was just having some fun, and Hunter went all 110% serious mode on us.
He said, hello, McFly. Anybody there? I'm over here working.
So where I was going with this is collectively across both stations, we have been searching to get Ben Brust at under 500 in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? And Alex Strofe has made it his personal goal in life, and then he can die a happy man if I get under 500. Here's how we got to where we are.
Previously on Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? 3 weeks ago.
Which country has the most natural lakes in the world?
Wisconsin? Minnesota.
2 weeks ago.
Which gas do plants absorb during photosynthesis?
Carbon dioxide.
Oh, no!
That's a 7.
No!
Last week.
Who is the author of the Iliad and the Odyssey?
I don't know.
Did he lose by 1?
Brian got him.
2?
Lost by 2.
Hey!
Add a 4. Let's go. 25, 25, and 7.
He got nervous.
Never has he been under 500.
This is the most confident I've ever heard Brad speak on this show. 25, 25, and 7.
That's Bradford coming out right there.
Time for you to be the
focus
difference.
up. You over here throwing shade at Hunter. You throwing shade
Today's
at
the day,
Brad.
boys. I feel good.
I have the questions in front of me.
It's time for KBN Nation to show up. Caller 15, 800-990-3776. You get 15 questions in 90 seconds. You're allowed to say skip or pass. If you beat me, you win a $25 gift card and the pride of putting me under 500. Call if you believe that you will beat me in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Caller 15, 800-990-3776. 800-990-3776. Caller 15, Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? In 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Next.
Kevin Moret for Mentality Men's Health. I know that a guy's confidence comes from many sources. For our clients, the way they look is a big driver. When you have the muscle mass and the muscle tone, it changes the way you carry yourself. Did you know that 70% of Mentality clients have increased muscle mass and muscle tone through testosterone and peptide therapy? Their confidence is back and everyone can see it. If you want to recapture the way you look and felt years ago, join the over 25,000 clients and start today. Go to mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Cousin Subs is spicing things up this fall with a new sub and a delicious shake. The Chipotle Cheesesteak Sub, with either grilled-to-order chicken or steak, features pepper jack cheese, sauteed green peppers and onions, jalapenos, and Chipotle ranch dressing. And that's not all. Pair your Chipotle cheesesteak with a delicious mint shake, and your taste buds will fall in love. Order in-store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
It's WTMJ's Brandon Snide for Wisconsin Harley-Davidson. The holiday season is here, and Wisconsin Harley-Davidson has you covered. Now through December 28th, when you purchase any new Harley-Davidson motorcycle, you'll receive a shopping spree. See sales associate for details, only valid on new bike purchases. December is full of shopping treats. Follow Wisconsin Harley-Davidson's Facebook page and Instagram for more details, and be sure to check out WISHD.com. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
With a local Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank knows what success looks like. They've been serving businesses and individuals in the area for nearly 15 years, including a long-standing commitment to the healthcare industry. From expansion to treasury management, Fifth Third offers a full suite of financial services and solutions across the healthcare spectrum to meet the complex moments you're navigating. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy morning 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Well, it's that time of the week. I mean, I'm telling you, I know last week I had some nerves in me. Stumbled over some questions. Bradford was not at the top of his game. I assure you, KBN Nation. I assure you, Kyle Walls, who is right in front of me. Alex Strofe, who's behind the glass, and the maestro of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? I will not stumble over my questions today. I will not be the reason why Ben Brust either falls below or above 500.
He sounds already more confident this week.
That's right.
He does. I like
that. Who gave you a little pep talk?
I looked at myself in the mirror and said, Bradford, darn it, you bring your A game. The KBN Nation relies on you. Strofe has been conducting this orchestra for months now, and we have been waiting. This has been like 15 months, guys. 15 months, and he's been above 500. Cannot happen again.
It's a lesson in accountability.
You know, and that's a man that made it to the NFL. He identified, you know what, I had a rough outing, but I'm not going to sulk it, and I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm going to bounce back, and that's what he's going to do today.
That's right. We're going to bounce back. And today, Steve in Kenosha is our participant, and Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, presented by Lakeland University. Steve, I brought my confidence today. Tell me you brought yours.
I am as confident as can be. I am putting Ben under 500.
Oh,
let's go, Steve. Come on, baby.
You can. Steve in Kenosha can forever be the man that puts Ben Brust below 500 on KBN. I can't wait another minute. Let's go ahead and spin it, Strophe.
For those of you who say Ben Brust is an idiot, here's your chance to be proven right. It's time to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust is indeed presented by Lakeland University, and here's how we play every week. 15 questions in 90 seconds to get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass, and we'll come back to it if you get through the rest. If you beat Ben Brust, if you put him below 500 for the first time in KBN history, you're going to have that crown, that dignity, and you're going to have a $25 gift card. Any questions, Steve?
Nope.
All right.
This guy is silky smooth. I feel good.
He's silky smooth. Let's get it going in 3, 2, 1. As of 2024, how many Olympic Games have been hosted in Africa?
1.
What is the heaviest naturally occurring element on Earth?
Pass.
In what year did the Berlin Wall fall?
89.
What is the only planet in the solar system that rotates clockwise?
Earth?
What is the pigment that gives plants their color green?
Chloroform.
What is the name of the fairy in Peter Pan?
Tinkerbell.
What is the colored part of the eye called?
The iris.
What are the dots on a domino officially called?
Points.
What is the official name of a lie detector test?
Pass.
What is the only mammal capable of true flight?
Ostrich.
Who is known as the father of
Next.
what was that? Oh, who is known as who is known as the father of evolution?
Darwin.
What instrument measures earthquakes?
Seismograph.
What is the national animal of Scotland?
That was terrible.
You can still answer.
Yeah, you can still answer.
National animal of Scotland.
The bear.
All right, before we give out his final score, seismograph, are we going to accept that?
No, isn't it a Richter scale?
No, it's seismometer.
Oh, no. Those are two different
I think we got to say
Ben's
no
not
to
going to
that.
get that one either.
I'm going to do research. I have him down for a 5 spot as it stands.
I thought it was a Richter scale. What's the Richter scale? I thought that was the earthquake.
That's the scale in which it's measured on. The tool used to measure it is the seismometer.
Oh, okay. Ben's coming in. We gotta stop talking.
Hey, there he is.
I don't know who that man is outside the studio, but I love him. He says, "You got it, Ben."
Oh, wow. He's a Benny believer?
There's some out there, believe it or not.
All right, Ben, you ready? We are.
Real quick, the one that was just in question, we are going to accept it.
Of course you guys are going to accept it.
It's an acceptable answer.
Of course, you're already bending the rules before I go.
Google says it's true. That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, Ben, here we are. You are facing against Stephen Kenosha. You are at 500. Here's how you play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Presented by Lakeland University. 15 questions in 90 seconds to get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass, and we will come back to it if you get through the rest. If Stephen Kenosha beats you, he's going to have that crown of putting you below 500 and a $25 gift card in his hand. Any questions? No. Do you feel nervous?
Whoa, what was that noise?
I ran a little fast and I'm out of breath.
Making excuses.
Division 1 athlete making excuses.
Here we go.
This is going to be good.
Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. As of 2024, how many Olympic Games have been hosted in Africa?
0.
What is the heaviest naturally occurring element on Earth?
Gold.
In what year did the Berlin Wall fall?
1974.
What is the only planet in the solar system that rotates clockwise?
Venus.
What is the pigment that gives plants their color green?
Don't know.
What is the name of the fairy in Peter Pan?
Oh, Lord. Pass.
What is the colored part of the
Cupid.
eye called? Okay.
Keep going.
What is the colored part of the eye called?
Pupil. No. I don't know.
What are the dots on a domino officially called?
Numbers.
What is the official name for a lie detector test?
Polygraph.
What is the only mammal capable of true flight?
A penguin.
Who is known as the father of evolution?
Oh my God, I'm blanking. Darwin.
What instrument measures earthquakes?
Richter.
What is the national animal of Scotland?
Bunnies.
What is the tallest mountain in North America?
All right, this is my last chance, I guess.
Damn! He doesn't let you answer the question?
Wouldn't it matter?
Boy, throw a party, state of Wisconsin.
Would it have mattered with the one you counted?
You could have tied.
Then it did matter.
No, it
didn't matter.
No, it didn't.
It didn't matter.
No,
I'll explain it when we get there.
Did it matter? 800-990-3776, YouTube, at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. If it mattered, let me know, because Strofe was really quick to ding-dong dishes wet dead me without
give your answer for the
tallest mountain in North America. You have 5 seconds.
The Rockies.
Wrong. That's a 4 spot.
I would have got it right if you guys didn't put me under the spot right now.
He had a 6 spot. You had a 4
Doesn't
spot.
matter. I didn't have a true opportunity to think in the moment of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
Ben, it's okay.
No, it's not okay. Everything should be done by the book, and Mr. Producer wanted to win so bad he jumped the gun. 800-990-3776. What were they talking about when I was not in the studio that they gave a yes to?
Relax.
He's hot, boy.
You lost. That's how it went. Take a breath. Take a breath.
It got defensive, man. 15 months of above 500, and then the minute you're below.
Yeah, because you guys are playing tricks and games and colluding and doing nonsense.
Bobby Knight, man. Tearing stuff
Let's jump straight to that.
Bobby Knight.
Yeah, KBN Nation audits this. They listen. They can chime in.
Jump straight to question 12, Brad.
Question 12. What instrument measures earthquakes? The answer we have on the sheet is seismometer. Steve said.
Wait! Before he even says it, can you Google what the answer could be? I want you to Google what you think the instrument is.
What instrument measures earthquakes?
I thought it was a Richter scale too, Ben. So I'm just as dumb as you are.
Shut up, Kyle. Damn.
What's the answer?
Seismographs.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
And seismometers.
He said seismograph.
So did anybody cheat you?
Do you accept?
So my problem with no, this is a legitimate problem. My problem is the question made by Alex Strofe led to 2 different answers. You should have said what instrument.
Ben, penguins can't fly.
That has nothing to do with how you're using AI to write the questions and having multiple answers.
Cupid is a fictional character.
That is true.
Well, so is Tinkerbell.
Again, this has nothing to do with my bad answers.
No,
this has everything to do with how you're writing the questions and
You lost by 2.
absolute integrity of how you're doing. Are You Smarter Than Ben
There's
Brust?
integrity in a game you've notably cheated on before?
I've never cheated on this, so don't try and Greg Scalzo this. This is ridiculous.
Oh no! Oh my gosh!
Oh, so loser.
I was the Karen of the show.
We should start singing to him like he does his baby.
Chris, Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust has lost all of its integrity.
Oh, stop it, Chris! Stop it! That's not true. Not true at all. Not true at all. This was legit, and I had you look it up, and you gave the answer. Why are you looking at it? Now
I'm trying to see if I have any more defenders. Answer the phone, Strofe, see if he's on my side.
Right, you want to go to the answer?
Let's start going through the answers here, okay? It's enough hubbub.
No, there's not hubbub. This entire segment is under investigation until further notice. I'll be sending a request to the content directors of ESPN Madison, Jesse Nelson, ESPN Milwaukee, Brian D. They will go through ESPNWisconsinContest.com. They will make sure that the Strofe questions are according to the rules, and having multiple answers should not be how this is done, and it is not how it has been done in the past.
As soon as you drop under 500, all of a sudden the game's rigged. It's rigged.
Exactly.
No, I mean, because he literally told me that he goes home and thinks about how he can beat me, which means he is biased towards making sure that I win, which means the integrity must be upheld and I need to do a further investigation.
But KBN Nation needs to get the questions right as well. So it's an equal playing field because they don't know it either.
Ted, what do you got?
Good job, Brad.
Benny, you need a timeout. You need to go in the corner, man. Dude, you lost. Come on, man. Be a man. Suck it up.
That wasn't what I was looking for, Ted. Diana, what do you got?
Benny, everybody knows the fairy from Peter Pan is Tinkerbell.
Diana, that wasn't what I was looking for.
Except for Biddy.
800-990-3776. If you're a Benny believer, help me figure out how they rigged this, because this is what has happened.
Shall we just go through the ansers and really
don't womp cry about it, Jake? I don't like that.
Put to bed.
Penguins also aren't mammals.
What's that?
Penguins also aren't mammals.
All right, we're going to do the answers on their side. I need to go upstairs and check with the proper authorities, and we will get to the answers of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust on the other side.
Cry, aren't you?
You're going to talk about Underdog Fantasy. I'm going to make sure this was legit.
Oh, boy, I love me some Underdog Fantasy Sports on YouTube. We have had some explosive matchups with Underdog Fantasy. If you picked in the Pick'em game yesterday between the Cowboys, people throwing up a lot of points, and the Bengals, you probably won a lot of money if you picked higher. And I want you right now, KBN Nation, to join the over 5 million happy players who have won $2 billion playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app, because Underdog makes it so fun and they make it so easy to cash in on all your favorite athletes' performances. You can make a play with only $1 or you can go big. And here's how it works. In their Pick'em game, you can win up to 1,000 times your money by simply selecting higher or lower on player stats. So whether or not it's higher than Joe Burrow having more than, higher than 300 yards or higher than Jamar Chase having higher than a touchdown, you can pick it and you can win on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. Yes, on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. So what I want y'all to do right now, KBN Nation, I want you to go to your phone. I want you to go to the Underdog Fantasy Sports app, and I want you to sign up. And when you sign up, because I love y'all, sign up using promo code KBN. That is promo code KBN, and Underdog will give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Yes, up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly when you sign up using promo code KBN on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. I'm telling y'all this right now. I love watching sports with Underdog, and I want you to enjoy it as well. So download the app today. It must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concern your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
So Ben just came in here.
Saw that?
I didn't see it. I was spitting.
Yeah, he's upset. He stormed out. He is not happy with us. So
this is a guy that doesn't know.
I legitimately thought it was an act, and then he came in here without any microphones on or any cameras on. He's upset. So we'll see if he even returns. Coming up next, it's Kyle Brust and Nortman, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Giannis does look like a longer. He beats on his body. He, kind of plays so rough. You wonder about. Shut up, Max. Yeah.
I'm not letting that one pass.
Yeah, I just realized beats on his body. I meant physical.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Physicality down there.
Come on, Kyle.
No, you guys are, I don't know what it is, but I'm sure your minds are in the gutter. Grow up.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We've got some delays on westbound 94 from about 27th Street out to Mitchell Boulevard. The other pocket of heavy traffic is going to be on southbound 43, basically between Burleigh and Center Street, right past Locust. Just that one little pocket right there. Otherwise, everything else is looking pretty good. We do have one broken down vehicle on 41 southbound. Looks like they may have gotten this one cleaned up right around Holy Hill Road, but it was out of traffic anyway, so it's not really affecting anything. Traffic is brought to you by Land Rover Waukesha. Get 3.9 special APR financing for up to 72 months on a new 2025 Range Rover Velar at Land Rover Waukesha. Go to LandRoverWaukesha.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. For tonight, mostly cloudy skies. A few flurries are possible, a low of 24. Then tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, chilly with scattered snow showers, a high of 28. Weather is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals, member FDIC. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
That's the idea of a deal. Each side gets wins, right? They have Jordan Love under contract for the next 5 years.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
I think Packers fans would sign up for 12-5 today, and maybe they will be.
Right here on 94.5 ESPN, and also streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Seems like gift season kind of snuck up on us, but Fleet Farm's ready to help. For the griller on your list, the Pit Boss Sportsman 500 pellet grill is now $249.99. For the pizza lover, the Biaggia pizza oven is just $79.99. Plus, Milwaukee deal days are happening all week long. So save on the hottest Milwaukee tools, like the M12 2-tool combo kit for just $99. Stop in soon and wrap up your gift list at Fleet Farm, home of the best prices, guaranteed.
Monica, what delightful surprise do you have for us this Christmas?
I've been waiting all day for your big reveal.
Take a look and tell me what you see.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I see the North Star, that guiding light that always lets you know where you are.
The North Star is important to you?
Sitting directly above the axis of the Earth, it's the only star in the sky that never moves. It's always there for you.
Sarah?
I see the star that stood high over Bethlehem 2,000 years ago.
Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might.
Monica, it's fabulous.
Nicole Lasker designed it.
I love her.
What's it called?
The Star of Hope. We have them in sterling silver with 4 diamonds for just $198. And in white gold with bigger and bigger diamonds at prices up to $19.98.
I love it.
I love it even more than Rick does.
The Star of Hope.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Football season. Best time of the year and my favorite time of the year. This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. On game days, my favorite teammate is a cold carbless in my hand. Premium cocktails in a can made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Maybe it's when I'm at the tailgate ahead of kickoff or getting ready at home for the game. Carbless is there. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and gluten-free. Carbless features classic cocktails like margarita, Paloma, and even Moscow Mule, and vodka cocktail flavors like cranberry, lemon, and peach. Find it on your next grocery trip. Carbless. Less is more.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Kyle Wallace for Universal Windows Direct. It is the holiday season, which is a time for family, friends, and staying cozy inside. But if your home is drafty, it's hard to stay comfortable. And with all the gift giving happening this time of year, why don't you give yourself the gift of lower energy bills with new windows from Universal Windows Direct? For every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free plus 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply. Go to UWD.com and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Classic Alex Strofe. The year's not over. I can still come back, and there's an asterisk on this one. As I allegedly have lost an Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
There's a what on this one?
Asterisk. Don't know what it is, but it's a little thing with the 8 lines above the thing, so it says it's...
The 8 lines? You mean the little star?
Yeah, the 6-line star.
Is that how many...
number 8 on the keyboard.
Is that how many lines there are in an asterisk?
Yeah, I never...
Asterisk. Good job, Brian D.
Second
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Strofer on the show. Joining us now is the content director of ESPN Milwaukee, since Jesse Nelson is never available. To help us figure out the integrity of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, I have let the bosses know how I feel about the fix being in, Alex Strofe being fixated on winning at all costs. Can you let him speak, please?
This was big today. This got contentious, guys. I was watching and listening upstairs, and this felt a lot like, the WIAA playoffs where teams got in, but they didn't get in, and we've been talking about it for a month. This feels like it might have legs. It's a big moment, too, because this was the moment where we needed to decide whether or not Ben's going to be under 500 for the first time in the history of the show, right? Since the inception of
a big
KBN,
moment.
Since the Scalzo and Brust days.
Did you hear me out?
I heard you out. I understand where you're coming from, but it wouldn't have mattered. It would not have mattered.
What do you mean it wouldn't have mattered? He didn't let me answer the last question.
It wouldn't have mattered.
We gave you the opportunity to answer the last question.
But that wasn't within the rules of how the game was played. You said, answer as you would. You don't know what I would have said. My brain works harder in those 90 seconds than any other point when I'm focused.
You're trying to score a 9-point touchdown down 10. It's just, the math wasn't going to work. You're going to throw the first 10-point Hail Mary in the history of football?
This isn't the conversation we had upstairs, Brian. I thought you were seeing where I was coming from, and instead you're dancing on me like Brian is. I beat Ben a week ago, 800-990-3776. Would it feel better if he lost to me again? We then have Jake saying this is more satisfying than seeing Globo Gym fail to the average Joes.
Ooh, that was satisfying.
And then Brent chimes in mocking my alias, Marv here from Cedarburg. I'm a Benny believer, but change that W to a B in Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead.
Feathered and lethal. I had no problem with how this was adjudicated. There was a little bit of debate as to whether or not the seismograph and the seismometer are the same thing. I Googled the question as soon as it happened because I knew this was going to happen before Ben even came into the room. I Googled the exact verbatim question. Brad, read it to me.
What instrument measures earthquakes?
You just Google that, and seismometer didn't come up. Seismograph did.
It did.
So who was our
and
contestant
that's what
today?
Steve said. Stephen Kenosha.
But it's on Strofe to have the question and answer correct on the sheet. And if he has only one answer correct and it's not the one that the caller says, then we're losing the integrity of what the answers and questions are. He is not doing his due diligence as the producer to make sure that the questions and the answers are legit per ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
But you got it wrong too.
Yeah, but I also didn't get a chance to tie. He cut me off while I was in the zone. And then once I was out of the zone, I was already fixated on what the fix was.
Colorado, a pass, dopey. I don't know. Just something ridiculous that will come out your mouth.
You did say Cupid.
Cupid.
I was going to say the Denali Mountains.
You just looked that up.
No, I wasn't. You can check the history on this computer.
Okay, where's the Denali Mountains at?
It's in Alaska. I know this.
It's not Denali Mountains. It's Denali. That's the name of the park. It's Mount McKinley. But for the record, in that one, Strofe has two answers here. Denali's accepted and Mount McKinley's accepted.
And that is my point. He only has one answer for the earthquake answer, and then he goes out of his way to you guys. He does not. He should have this buttoned up. And all I'm asking, Brian, is you button up that the producer has the questions and answers, all acceptable answers, in the sheet and said they make a ruling, and this should be thrown out completely based off the fact that this was not a legit Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? You can call me a baby.
All acceptable answers. What does that mean? That doesn't make any sense.
If he has a question and he doesn't have both answers for the earthquake question, because the answer that the caller had was not on Brad's sheet. Was it not, Brad?
You're getting pretty defensive about
It wasn't, but
it was not. Thank you very much.
It is
and
the
per
answer to the
law
question.
543B of ESPNWisconsinContest.com, that throws out the entire segment.
The questions are not a script. They are questions that you're trying to get the right answer. And the right answer.
Chris is right. Josh DiMaggio never would have let this happen, and he demands integrity.
Time out. We would have for sure had the shoe been on the other foot, because we had debates about whether or not we would have acceptable answers.
There should be no debate. The questions and the answers should be legit from the start, not figure it out as we go.
No. You're wrong.
Can I lob up this idea? So,
go ahead.
Because this happened to Globo Jim, should we go sudden death? Should we have Steve call back in? Stephen Kenosha?
Stephen Kenosha.
Should we have Steve call
by two? Why are we acting
because you lost the integrity when you never let me had a chance to answer Denali, and that you had the wrong answer. You don't know that in the moment.
You
it
didn't
may
know
have came
what that was until 3 seconds
because I
ago.
wasn't thinking about it in the moment of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, because the fix was in.
He passed on some of these, so why don't we go to some questions that he passed and see if he gets any of those right?
My other problem with this is there's a couple of questions that were just absolutely absurd answers from you that I believe should give you the L.
That has no bearings in ESPNWisconsinContest.com. That is a bias that you have towards me and my answers.
You said bunnies were the national
Every
animal of
question
Scotland.
lives as a question on its own, and it does not carry more weight if the answer is more wrong or less wrong.
You've watched enough Billy Madison in your life to know that borophyll is the pigment that makes plants green. You should know that.
I know the line. I just didn't know that.
I personally asked, what year did the Berlin Wall fall? 8 times. Not gotten it right.
What year?
This is all inconsequential to the argument at hand. Objection, Your Honor. We brought in the director of content. He has biases toward me. I'd like to throw him out of this conversation.
Toward you. You got 4 questions right. And even if
didn't
you
have a chance to get 5,
you would have got 5. Steve got 6.
And Steve
You're
got
trying
6.
to throw a 10-point touchdown.
Steve
down
got
9.
6 based off Alex Strofe writing the question and having the answer as only one answer, and then he made an exception for Steve, which to me makes it not okay.
But it's a correct answer.
But it wasn't on his sheet. And
because he made a mistake.
And that is not okay in the integrity of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? And that is what I bring up today, Your Honor, as the reason why this needs to be thrown out. And it is a mistrial, and it is a absolute farce of an Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust today.
What a waste of our great KBN Nation time, where they could be sitting here learning about all these answers. Instead, they got to hear you wham, be a big old crybaby because you lost. You took an L. Guess what? You have weeks to catch up. This doesn't mean you're going to finish 2024.
Kyle, you sit there the whole segment and don't do anything. Your voice does not matter here.
I get them excited. I get them hyped up.
Yeah.
You guys remember Max Muncy? You know who Max Muncy is?
He played for the Dodgers.
Yeah, he's a Dodger, right? And he hit a walk-off home run in San Francisco one time into McCovey Cove. He hit the ball into the water in San Francisco, and the Giants pitcher started chirping him. And you know what Max Muncy said after the game? He said, if you don't want to chirp, Don't let me hit your fastball into the ocean.
Unfortunately,
go get it out in the ocean.
Unfortunately, we had a rigged strike zone.
You could have got 9 questions right. You didn't. Don't put us in a situation where we have to adjudicate.
Alex Drove put us in a situation where the caller was awarded points based off his bad question and answer in front of Brad Nortman. I am done. I have rested my case. You have spoke. I hear you out
before you ever started answering questions.
Look, I hear you, Brian D. I will take the loss with the pending appeal, and we will move forward with the show.
So
I'm appealing to Greg Scalzo.
How will we resolve this?
I will appeal.
It's resolved.
You're going to the Supreme Court now?
Yes. I have lost
Brian,
in the state court. I'm going to the U.S. Supreme Court.
Are you proud of the losers you put on the air? That's the question I have for you. Are you proud of the loser you put on the air? This was your decision to put him on the air. You're putting ESPN Milwaukee in this position because this guy can't accept a loss. You proud of that?
249 days a year, yes. Today, no.
Thank you.
You can see yourself out, content director. I really enjoyed that. That was way worse than what I had thought I was going to get from him. Of course, he goes with Kyle, Brad, and Strofe because 250 days out of the year, they don't make his life bad at all. It's the one extra that got me right here today during this segment with Brian D. Okay, I'll take a deep breath. I'm going to take a deep breath, Brad. You're going to tell us about carbless, and then we're going to come back and see if Jordan Love is meeting all of your expectations because my expectations have not been met in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust from Alex Strofe.
Oh, on a day like today, it calls for celebration. I think a celebration, I think a carbless. I'm going right down to the Nortman fridge at the Nortman estate. I'm grabbing myself a carbless to celebrate Ben Brust being below 500. Whether you're celebrating, whether you're watching a football game, whether you're just hanging out, cozying up by the fire with your loved one. For me, it's Lexi. Man, a carbless has to be in your hand. You have to discover why less is more. Because for me, I try to eat healthy. I try to be able to stay in shape to a certain degree. It's important to me. When you get to this age, it's important to you too. That's why I need a ready-to-drink cocktail that's made right here in Wisconsin that is also gluten-free, carb-free, sugar-free. That means guilt-free. That is carbless. 100 calories per can and less carbonation. When you taste it, you know what I'm talking about. And not only that, there's so many different cocktails. There's the cocktail flavors like mojito and margarita. That's my favorite. And Paloma. But so many fruit flavors. Cranberry, especially around Thanksgiving and Christmas, particularly hits. I would recommend that one. There's so many to choose from, though. Carbless is my go-to drink. I want it to be your go-to drink. Try it if you haven't already. When you're walking through your local grocery store, you're going to see it right there. That's the sign that you need to go ahead and go buy it and enjoy it this holiday season. Less is more with Carbless.
You four merely adopted Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? I was born in it. This is a bad day for the Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust segment.
Back to L's, baby.
Has Jordan Love lived up to your expectations this year? He hasn't for me. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
My offer, as we've come up with at KBN, thanks to JD and Fondy, reutilizing Judy, who's still in my garage right now.
Is she a big booty Judy or a little flapjack booty Judy?
She's got a little something to her. I'll say that.
Oh, she got some
Judy the blow-up doll. She got a little something to her.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We've got a new accident right now on 94 southbound. It's basically on the off-ramp to College Avenue from the 94 southbound collector ramp. So just watch out for that. Westbound 94, a bit heavy from 25th Street out through to Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound 43 is getting heavier right through the Marquette interchange and onto the high-rise bridge. And southbound on 41 slowing from just before Capitol Drive to just before Burleigh. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy, a few flurries possible, a low of 24. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, chilly, scattered snow showers with a high of 28. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Seems like gift season kind of snuck up on us, but Fleet Farm's ready to help. For the griller on your list, the Pit Boss Sportsman 500 pellet grill is now $249.99. For the pizza lover, the Biaggia pizza oven is just $79.99. Plus, Milwaukee deal days are happening all week long. So save on the hottest Milwaukee tools, like the M12 2-tool combo kit for just $99. Stop in soon and wrap up your gift list at Fleet Farm, home of the best prices, guaranteed.
There's only one store that gives you every possible choice in diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen.
For years, I had been saying I didn't understand why NFL teams were hiring his assistants and why college teams weren't. If you look, everybody, rightfully so, Matt Patricia, Josh McDaniels, Eric Mangini, Romeo Crennel, in the NFL, Brian Flores, Joe Judge, Brian Daboll, they haven't been overwhelmingly successful, to say the least, in the NFL, right? Because they build it like a college program. Conversely, Nick Saban, Kirk Ferentz, Pat Hill, Bill O'Brien have all been successful in college. Yeah. We ignore that part of it. Billy O at a couple of places too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and in the most impossible of situations at Penn State at the time. He was able to run New England like a college program for 20 years because that's his mindset, but also because he had the greatest quarterback of all time who was willing to be a 50-year senior every year, right, in essence. And so I never understood why the NFL teams didn't get that and why college programs didn't understand he runs a college program.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like Bear Dynasty interior paint, their most durable one-coat hide paint ever. From a team color statement wall to a fan cave, complete with a mural honoring Nick Saban's 17-year dynasty.
Hey, I like that idea.
Nothing beats Bear Dynasty interior paint. It's everything you need all in one can.
Defend your game time with Bear and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Valid only when tended to colors from the Bear Dynasty and Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Color Collection.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I would like to send a big thank you to Palermo's Pizza. For the last 2.5, 3 years of my life, because I've only been able to talk about them for the last 2 years on these airwaves, once I was introduced to Palermo's by our great endorsers and our great teammates here at ESPN Milwaukee, and I'd obviously started to learn about it when I was in Madison, and I'm glad now I get to share with the entire audience across ESPN Wisconsin what Palermo's means to me. They're back, boys, and they're back for some more KBN because they love that I get to spread the message with Kyle and Brad, even though they're not directly affiliated. We get to share our love for all the different brands. We get to go to their facility, and they gift us great pizzas. We do free Pizza Friday, Frozen Pizza Friday, where we give prize packs to our fans. So shout out to them for being a great partner of the show, because despite what happened last segment, they put a smile on my face because I've loved Screamin' Sicilian, the neighborhood pizza. Urban Pie Pinza is like, now every time I go to a local grocer, my eyes go, where is that crust that was sent in from Italy that they make right here in Wisconsin? They have delicious pizza, and if you heard us talking about it, and especially me talking about it, when you go to your local grocer, Frozen Pizza Friday. Don't want to cook, don't want to clean. They have a pizza for everyone. So enjoy Palermo's and find your local grocer's freezer. And shout out to the Bears fan that makes some decisions for Palermo's that's decided to keep believing in us despite the fact that we rag on the Bears daily. Shout out John and Palermo's.
Only good decision he's made, Palermo's.
I just gave him a shout out. This is the only good decision he's made.
Yeah, I mean, being a Bears fan is terrible. So the Palermo's one, creating this great pizza and being part of that family. Mwah!
And to parlay off that, Kyle, is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe, you, KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. We get to have conversations about Jordan Love in a way better light, in a fun light, versus I already know the answer to the question that I'm about to ask in Chicago. Has Jordan Love lived up to your expectations this year? If I were to ask, has Caleb Williams lived up to your expectations this year? Hell no, he hasn't. But we get to have a real discussion about what we've seen from the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love this year. Obviously, this season was interesting for him. Starting the year off with the injury in Brazil. Coming back from the injury after Malik Willis, or Malik as one of our great fans called him, and led them to 2 victories. Then pulled his groin. Since he's came off the injury, I think he's looked better. But despite everything that's happened this season, do you feel as if Jordan Love has lived up to your expectations? Has he been great, good, average, below average? We'll get that poll out, and I want to hear from Brad and Kyle.
To me, he has not quite lived up to expectations. He has had a good season. He hasn't had a great season. Now, since the bye, he has been playing closer to that level that he was last year, right? But from week 1 in Brazil, playing the Eagles, up and through the bye, yes, he had those injuries that kept him sidelined, and clearly was not as mobile and as quick as he would like to be. But even with that being said, guys, I mean, to have as many interceptions as he's had, to have as many bad decisions as he's had, and honestly, just to be pretty pedestrian in a lot of major categories. He's 15th in quarterback rating. He's 11th in QBR. Now, he is pretty high in touchdown passes, right? He is slinging the pill at 7th of those. Oh, and missing 2.5 games, really. But so high in interceptions. He's below average in completion percentage. So all of his statistics put together would put him somewhere kind of middle of the pack, maybe slightly better than that. But what I would expect from Jordan Love, who has proven that he can play elite for a long period of time, we saw that last year, who elicited the highest contract in NFL history on a per-year basis when he signed it, I would expect a quarterback that would be performing for anywhere from elite to great almost the entire season, and we just have not seen that. Now, the one glimmer of hope is since the bye, I don't think he's thrown an interception. He's looked clean. He's looked accurate. He's making good decisions. He is doing things that look like old Jordan Love. But you have to look at all 12 games, guys, not just the last 4. All 12 games would say he has not performed to expectations. I expect the current trend to continue, that he will finish the year strong into the playoffs, but all 12 games taken holistically, I don't think you would say, yes, that is the season I expected out of the top quarterback financially in the NFL, coming off of one of the greatest stretches in Packer history, which that is not a hyperbole. That's what those last 10 games were last year. He's playing closer to that, but all 12 games has not reached my expectations.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, Brad. Jordan Love this year, based off the way he finished the last season and being top 3 in touchdown passes last year, you probably expected a little bit more out of Jordan Love to be a little bit more consistent. But overall, I'm not going to sit here and act like it's just been a disappointment from Jordan Love this year. I still think Jordan Love is playing at a very high level. He's one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. Despite missing multiple games this season, he's still top 10 in touchdown passes this year. He does fantastic the last couple games. Last 4 games, a passer rating over 100, right? And in most of those games, we won those football games. We're 3-1 in those games. And in the Detroit game, though we lost the game, Jordan Love was part of the reason why we were in that football game. First half, he only had 3 completions, had a lot of pressure. He didn't have a lot of help around him, but in the second half, they bounced back and they played well, and that is because of Jordan Love. So we can sit here and be upset about Jordan Love not playing like the top quarterback in the NFL. He's not putting up a Josh Allen type season. He's not putting up a Lamar Jackson type season. But for me, he's still playing very well this year. And so overall, I'm not going to sit here and be disappointed with it. Jordan Love is still a quality quarterback, and I am actually satisfied with the way he's played this year. Is there room to grow? Absolutely. Do I think he's going to continue to ascend now he's going to play against Seattle. He's going to have a chance against New Orleans and the Bears again. I think he'll be A-okay. At the end of the day, I wouldn't take any other quarterback in the NFL over Jordan Love today.
Cheesehead Bucky, 800-990-3776. We do have a poll out as well. How do you believe Jordan Love has played this year? Great, 7%. Good, 53%. Average, 40%. Below average has nothing yet, which is good because I don't think anyone would say he's below average. I just want to see if there's any trolls out there. Cheesehead Bucky, you're up on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
How you guys doing today? So my thing is it wasn't the best start, but there were a lot of injuries there. And since Jordan Love's been fully healthy, he's first in the NFL. This is week 11 through 14. He's first in the NFL with 10.3 yards per attempt. He's third in the NFL with a 118.8 passer rating. He has 6 touchdown passes to 1 interception. He's 8th in adjusted completion at 79.3. EPA per play, he's second in the NFL. So, I mean, the thing is once he got fully healthy, we started to see the guy that we've been waiting to see all year. It just sucked that it had to take so long because of the injuries. And I think early in the season with those injuries, he was pressing to make plays with his arms instead of his legs.
Hey, Cheesehead Bucky, I appreciate you coming with the insight, the info, and the statistics to back it up. I will say, we're asking holistically. I think we'd all agree that week 11 through week 14, since the bye, we have seen a Jordan Love that has played better.
Improvement.
Top 5 quarterback
this year, holistically, I would say good. I would say good. The Packers' record's 9-4.
It is.
You know,
that's also good.
That's also like you can say QB is wins and losses isn't a QB stat.
Oh,
but
for this team it is.
But at the end of the day, we all talk about how important the quarterback is to the team. So I'm willing to put some of his leadership into the component of, yes, he's been good. Carl in Milwaukee, I believe we high-fived just outside the 3rd Street Market Hall before I lost an Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? You're up, if I'm reading this correctly.
You got it. You got that right, Ben. I was the guy.
What up, Carl?
What's up, Carl?
Hey, what's up, Kyle?
Hey,
you gave me, yeah, man, you gave me a lot of love through the glass. And Brad, I saw your back, and there was no doubt you were one time an NFL punter. You had it all dialed up.
All right, Carl, stop, Carl. Carl,
friend of the show.
Nah, I don't like how he's buttering these two up.
Yeah, Carl.
No buttering up. It was fate that brought me to the 3rd Street Market today, because here's what I'm going to just lay some truth on KBM Nation. I want you to hear this. My wife and I are downtown shopping, come around the corner, and here we are. Ben is looking in, like paying attention, concentrating, got his game face on, and right there behind him, the spirit of Jeff Foxworthy was right there laying hands on him. Ben was so prepared for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? He is clearly a genius in this. I wouldn't be calling except for that above 500 is on the line here. There's no way. Ben was wrong. Ben needs another shot at this. He cannot go sub 500. This is a non-issue.
Oh,
Ben,
wow.
I got your back. You did it.
Carl, we need a lot more of you in this world. A lot more of you, Carl.
I like Carl.
Carl's a good dude. Good dude to me.
He might be wrong about you, Ben, but
thank you, Carl. You just made my day. Sean and Beaver Dam, our guy. You're up on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Hey, guys. To weigh in on Jordan, I mean, I love him too. And as Kyle pointed out, top 10 in the quarterback, and your 2 callers ago have some great stats. But when you're getting paid that kind of money, I think we need some signature wins. We need to be able to get, we can beat up on the schmoes, but we need, I shouldn't say that. We haven't exactly done that a couple occasions, but we need those signature wins. And one thing I want to say, too, is we need to get rid of Jair Bakhtiari. Thank you, guys. Talk to you later.
Wow. How about that?
I wouldn't be shocked if it wasn't his last year as a Green Bay Packer.
Yeah. Old and expensive. It's not Goody's type.
Oh, you guys, we got to calm down with that. Like, we have to.
You have a soft spot for him. You do. It's okay.
Fellow DB.
Okay. All right. I just believe I believe it's easier to replace a tackle with the Packer organization than replace a corner, because I've seen it before.
Yeah, but you're replacing air right now.
An absence.
That's all I got for you, Kyle.
No slander.
If you feel that way, if you want him back, maybe you can go to Pato and bet him on Defensive Player of the Year next year, and then maybe he might not Bakhtiari. Or
I like my money in my pocket now.
Yeah, okay, so you don't even believe in that either.
Defensive Player.
Yeah, no, I'm going a little far there. But as you've heard, guys, Potawatomi Sportsbook is amazing. I see you guys text about it. I see you guys wanting to come check the weekly wager out. You know why? Because the 200 seating area with 2,000 square foot video wall is must watch and view and experience at the Potawatomi Casino Hotel. They have bingo, table games, slot machines, but most importantly, that new 2,000 square foot video wall is amazing. And if you're in a rush, they have 20-minute reserved parking spaces. You can use a rewards card. That's a winning play. Bet above the rest. Learn more at paysbig.com/sportsbook. Build your bets there and have a great time and enjoy the wonderful food that we've raved about. We wrap up the ESPN Wisconsin portion. I have a lot to say. I don't want to hijack again. So it's a surprise on the other side.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
And I'm sure he'll offer this opportunity again.
Absolutely
what are you going to
not.
sell? What are you going to say to Ben Brust?
I'm saying you don't get your hand on my goddamn face. No, it's a no. I can say it in different languages. No, no, no.
Niche or whatever it is.
I don't know.
Nine.
Nine. That's a firm way to say no.
Nine. Next time we say nine.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. It doesn't matter if it's your first betting slip ever or just the first one of the week. We've got your Potawatomi sportsbook picks covered. Tune in Wednesdays to The Weekly Wager with Greg Matzik, Ben Brust, and Jen Latta.
If someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything, you take it.
The Weekly Wager, Wednesday nights at 6, right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel.
Hi, Monica.
This is our WOW engagement ring for Christmas.
Wow.
Wow.
It features a 1-carat created diamond center stone.
Completely surrounded by a halo of little created diamonds that makes it look huge.
And each of those 3 bands is covered in diamonds.
I've never seen anything like it.
2 carats total weight.
There's no way this is less than $5,000.
No, we're selling these for half that much.
$24.98? I need to lie down and put a cool rag on my forehead.
And you can choose a 1-carat round, oval, or radiant diamond as your center stone.
Kessler's is the coolest store in the world.
But there's more. Look at this.
It's a matching pendant. Take that rag off your head and get up, Rick. You have to see this.
How big is that?
It's a 1.5-carat created diamond, surrounded by the same halo of little created diamonds. 2 1/3 carats total weight.
This tag says it's just $1,998.
See it for yourself at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Ho, my back.
Santa?
Ho, Gina Dello from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast pellet team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get as low as $19 per window and $81 per patio door per month.
PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 12/31/2024.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta here with Brad Nortman, and we've got a holiday deal from Quintessa Aesthetic Center that you don't want to miss.
That's right, Jen. The holidays are coming up fast, and if you're looking for the perfect gift for that special woman in your life, or maybe you're interested in checking out Quintessa for yourself, we've got you covered.
Now, through December 20th, for every $100 gift card you buy, you'll get a $20 bonus card. It's a once-a-year deal to make her holiday unforgettable or treat yourself.
Visit myquintessa.com today to grab this special offer.
Kevin Moret for Mentality Men's Health. Guys, I know you hate to feel weak. That means something different for every guy, but for most guys, it means the way they look and move through their day. Did you know that 70% of Mentality clients see an increase in their muscle mass, their muscle tone, and the way they look? This means our clients got their confidence back. If you're looking to look and feel the way you did years ago, join the over 25,000 guys at Mentality and get your confidence back. Go to mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Anyway, let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods.
Now through Wednesday, save on 24-pack Essential Everyday Purified Water, 2 for $6. 9.6 to 16.1 ounce selective varieties, Kellogg's cereal, 2 for $7. 11 to 12 ounce or 10 count selective varieties, Starbucks coffee, $7.99. Gallon selective varieties, Prairie Farms white or chocolate milk, $3.99.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
That's too over the top. Try this. Win free groceries from Century Foods.
Win free groceries from Century Foods.
Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by January 8th.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. And one great thing about talking to all of you across ESPN Wisconsin is telling you about the Princeton Club, because the lowest rates of the year in Madison and in New Berlin are right now. Madison Hayes, 24 on Instagram, can attest to the great things that I talk about. Madison, in New Berlin and in Madison, how often do you see new things coming in? Upgrades in the locker room, new equipment, new bikes, new weights. It's like they've invested millions of dollars, and you can talk to the fans like I can about actually seeing it.
Yeah, all the time. And they also send out little surveys, and you can put like what you want to improve on or whatever. And then you get like actual emails from the managers there. It's like, thanks for the feedback. We're going to work on this.
They listen to you, and everyone loves a place that listens to you and provides free childcare with the membership, open 24/7. You can find your passion, weights, cardio, workout classes, basketball courts, tennis courts. They have it all. I've done personal training. It was great for me. When I can get back in a lifestyle, I will definitely get back with my guy, Maddie. But I got to do what I can do as a new dad, and they provide that with that free childcare. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club and join with the lowest rates of the year. Lock it in 2024 for all of next year. 800-990-3776. Brad, do you still have Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust answers?
Sure do.
If you missed it, we need to go through the answers because I continuously get texts and see the YouTube comments. People want to know the answers.
Okay.
So go through the answers quickly, please.
All right, let's do this. Number one, as of 2024, how many Olympic Games have been hosted in Africa? 0. You got that one right. What is the heaviest naturally occurring element on the Earth? Uranium. And what year did the Berlin Wall fall? Man, this is like the 8th time. 1989. Okay.
2 years before I was born. 2 years before I was born. Go.
What is the only planet in the solar system that rotates clockwise? Venus. What is the pigment that gives plants?
How do you get that one?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Guess.
That was a guess?
Yeah. 1 of 9.
What is the pigment that gives plants their color green? Chlorophyll, more like borophyll.
Nailed it.
Chlorophyll. What is the name of the fairy in Peter Pan? Not Cupid. Tinkerbell.
Thought about that one too. He said, wait. Cupid!
Yeah, exactly. With such conviction. What is the part of the eye? What is the colored part of the eye called? The iris. I didn't know this one. I learned this one today. What are the dots on a domino officially called? Pips. P-I-P-S. Pips.
Like Gladys Knight.
Who?
Oh.
Gladys Knight's Pips.
There you go. You don't know who Gladys Knight is, Brad?
Keep going, boys.
What is the official name for a lie detector test? Polygraph. What is the only mammal that's capable of true flight? Not a penguin, not an ostrich, like Steve said. A bat. A bat.
Yeah.
Damn.
Who is known as the father of evolution? Charles Darwin, the one that has given us so much issues. What is the instrument that measures earthquakes?
What's the answer, Ben?
I don't remember.
Seismometer or seismograph? That we are accepting. Seismometer. It's not like one of those like accent things in a dictionary on what influx there. 13. What is the national animal of Scotland? Unicorn.
Bunnies.
Not bunnies. And finally, the tallest
Unicorn's not real.
It's not real.
That's what it is, though. Tallest mountain in North America.
What's the answer, Ben?
Denali. Or the McKinley.
Mount McKinley, also acceptable.
He learned that one.
Is the Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust that put Ben below 500.
Coming up next on 100.5 ESPN is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Joining them in 2 minutes, roughly, is our CEO and founder, Craig Karmazin. A big announcement as 100.5 ESPN Madison will be the new home as an affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Go Brewers.
You have the Dam Sports Show in Beaver Dam. And the 414 Hour 4 with us. 94.5 ESPN, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Back in 2 minutes. The big boss, Craig Karmazin on ESPN Madison.
You're gonna go to the record store. You're gonna give them all your money. Radio plays what they want you to hear.
Eastbound on 94. We got backups from 84th Street all the way through to 35th. The westbound side's heavy from about 25th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Southbound 41 slowing down from just south of Appleton down towards the Capitol Drive area. Actually just gets past the Capitol Drive. Then it starts to let up by the time you hit Burleigh. Southbound on 43. Pockets of heavy traffic right around Locust. And then back on the brakes from Fond du Lac Avenue over the high-rise bridge. An accident still on the off-ramp to College Avenue from 94 southbound's collector ramp. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mostly cloudy, a few flurries possible, a low of 24. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, chilly. Scattered snow showers with a high of 28. Weather is brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, offering the perfect holiday gift. A memorable experience with the Bartolotta gift card. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com. And happy holidays, Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The time has come.
Yes, the time has come to do what you need to do.
You've put it off as long as you can, but the time has come to choose a Christmas gift for the woman you love.
It needs to be something that will fit perfectly.
Something she will wear constantly.
Something she will love.
Something you can buy today and take home today.
Because you ran out of time. Christmas is upon us.
It's time for you to buy a fabulous pair of diamond stud earrings.
A fabulous pair.
Kessler's has natural diamonds created in the heart of the earth.
And newborn diamonds created in the heart of a star.
And when you buy from Kessler's, you can always trade your Kessler's natural diamond studs in for a larger pair.
We have diamond studs for a few $100s.
And diamond studs for several $1,000s.
2-carat total weight natural diamond studs are just $5,998.
She's going to be extremely happy when she sees what you bought for her.
And that's a good thing.
A very, very good thing.
Find the Kessler's nearest you at Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. Holla, we them boys. Holla, holla, holla. We making noise. Holla.
It's the on KBN.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust alongside Brad Nortman. Alex Strofe, El Strofe. Happy birthday, bud. Running the show.
Oh, Tori wasn't invited.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Tori Lowe on a Tori Lowe Tuesday. Damn, Strofe.
Wow.
Oh. It was Strove's birthday. He had a get-together in downtown Milwaukee Saturday night. Were you invited?
What? I was not invited.
Hold on.
It was a surprise party.
What excuse do you have?
I didn't know the party was happening.
Wow. You did tell me, though. You said, hey, we're going to probably hang out. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to hang out. You did invite me to hang out on Saturday.
The way that I look at this, although you didn't know, clearly Tori hasn't made that much of an impact in your life to tell the person that was inviting people. That's how I look at it.
Wow. The person that was inviting people didn't tell me she was inviting people.
But she doesn't know how
I'm not saying that's on you. I'm saying it's on her.
I think it's on Kyle. I think it's on Kyle because it did say on the note, is my understanding, please invite anybody I may have left off.
Come on now.
It did say that.
I don't read emails I already know information about. Come on
you
now.
the
You
content director and over me at the Truth.
Listen, this is the ESPN thing, man. He don't
but
do true
you
stuff.
got the information.
Hey, this is ESPN. You gotta talk to somebody
Oh
else.
wow! You're doing the I take no ownership silos thing right now. That's a cop out.
His bad look.
I'm feeling bad for some reason.
It's a bad look.
Yeah, it is a bad look, Stroke. Dang, man, do better.
And I've been asking.
It's actually not his fault. You're saying to do better.
The move from Madison to here.
Tori, you're totally right, and I'd still like to do that. I don't think I can wear blame for this one, though.
No, you told me.
I'm sorry. I would have loved if you were there.
No, Stroke. No, Tori, wait.
They didn't let
it's not Stroke's fault.
Join in.
It is how dare you on a surprise party
you didn't.
that I didn't even get to attend put blame.
They were foggy Christmas Eve.
Strophe came to play.
Right.
I'm going to tell you this. Strofe literally asked me, what are you doing this weekend? I'm going to be hanging out for my birthday. You should come. He told me that. He told me. Did you or did you not tell me that, Stroke?
And I didn't. And I walked past him
and
last week.
He didn't say anything.
He didn't.
Exactly.
I even hugged him twice.
He invited
Looks like
me
you got to never
out.
hug him again.
Oh, wow.
All right, Tori, I got bad news for you.
Here we go.
For those who have missed
some more
it,
bad news.
Tori Lowe has placed a $1,000 bet to win $20,000
on the Packers winning the Super Bowl.
On the Packers winning the Super Bowl. A pro-leaning Packer, as Brad put it, Mark Tauscher, a Packer Hall of Famer. We're starting to get the vibe that he doesn't believe, Brad doesn't believe, I don't believe, and for damn sure Kyle doesn't believe.
Now you know that's a lot of
Here we
objection
go.
that you said earlier.
It's true.
And y'all forget that Aaron Rodgers entered into the playoffs as a wild card and took it all away.
Tori, do you need Brad to read the stats to enlighten you about how rare that was?
I know, but what I'm saying is it could happen.
So you're living off of
No, I'm
you're
not.
living
I'm not
off
living
hope.
off of it. I'm not living off of it. I just
What
said
have you
the
seen?
loss to
What
that
have
shot.
you seen through those two eyes that tells you that you feel really good that they can actually get it done?
Well, the Packers, the talent level, they're the youngest team in the league, but they're the most dangerous team in the league. And even though they lost to...
How are they the most dangerous
Because
team in the league when
were
they have
never-
lost to the
hold
four
on.
opponents that are
Okay.
all ranked above them?
And they didn't lose by much.
Okay, so now you're moving the goalpost. They lose by
you
much.
asked me to say something.
Can you
so-
let the man talk?
Hold on, let me talk.
I'm sad for his bet.
Hold on.
Now
I'm
you
gonna
trying
tell
to-
you. I'm gonna tell you. You're not listening to listen. You're listening to defend.
Let him know.
Okay, so what I'm saying,
Mic off over here.
but what I'm saying is, you got a young team. So the young boys, the young bulls, I like to call them.
Bulls.
Yeah, the young bulls.
The young bulls, like my young bull.
The young bull.
Not the
like,
Chicago Bulls.
Not
or-
the
or-
Chicago Bulls.
The young bull. It's a term of
young
endearment.
bull is a term of endearment. But what I'm saying is, the Packers, even though they lost to the Detroit Lions, they were close. Even though they lost to the Philadelphia Eagles, they were close. These are teams that are supposed to be the it teams in the NFC. The Packers have had good showings, and a loss is a loss. No matter how you lose, you lose. But these young boys are competing. And all I'm saying is, given the right frequency that we've seen in the playoffs last year, if they can get on the right frequency going into the playoffs, they can take it all.
And to
away.
what you're saying, Tori, is one thing that we right now we're so down because the Packers haven't beaten a great
Right.
team, but we have to give credit to the fact that the Packers have beaten everybody else on their schedule. Brad, you played in the NFL and you know how hard it is to win week to week. The Green Bay Packers have not had a letdown where they actually lost a game against a team they should have beaten. Now they need to be better to beat these great teams,
Right.
but we all feel like they can, right? It's one thing to think somebody's a fraud.
The
It's
big-
another thing to think a team is underachieving.
The bigger question-
I'd rather be underachievers than frauds.
The bigger question is, how can you string 4 wins together if you can't string together the one right now? And I think that's the big question that I have, and many do. 800-990-3776. Robin Waukesha, intriguing note from Alex Strofe here. I'll give you the floor. You're up on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with the T-Lo T on Tuesday.
Hi, guys.
What up?
Yo.
How you doing?
Doing
Good.
man. What you got?
Well, I think I just delivered food to J.J. Watt.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Old friend.
What?
Yeah. You ever just meet somebody famous and then you're
what?
At first you're like, what? And then you're leaving and you're like, that was him.
I don't need to know where you're at, but what type of food does he like to eat? He get on his
That
diet.
I'll
We
tell
talked
ya,
about
they
food on the
like
show today.
breakfast burritos.
Ooh, good choice.
Ooh, I like that play.
It's nothing like a good breakfast burrito.
I love breakfast for dinner. Like I'll make breakfast wraps, with some eggs, some turkey sausage, some spinach. Put it in like a low carb wrap, and we'll do that for breakfast and dinner.
Was this from like a restaurant or from a fast food place? You don't have to say where. I just want to know his type of health he has here.
More healthy than you.
You said what now?
Yeah, I would say more, but gotta respect that man. And
Rob, we
I'm not gonna
respect
give away
your
where he lives or
respect
anything
for
like
J.J.
that.
Watt, a Wisconsin legend, as Kyle is just. What? Tell me more. Tell me more.
I was trying to see if you got fast food or
probing.
got a restaurant. I didn't need him to tell me a name of a place.
Guess what? Fast food or healthy, he's in way better shape than you will ever be in.
I'll keep my thoughts to myself.
Hey, look, I just want a breakfast burrito right now.
That sounds pretty good. See, I thought J.J. Watt sold his house in the area. I know T.J. Watt bought a house, though, too. And actually...
Well, why are you putting his business out there like that?
I don't know. I mean, it's public knowledge.
Is it? I didn't know TJ has a house in Wisconsin.
I mean, they show all these pictures of like massive houses, not even Wisconsin.
Lexi and I toured the house that TJ ended up buying.
Oh, big money.
There was
not big enough money.
It went fast, and we're like,
It went
fast.
fast.
There was an offer. I was like, oh wow,
all cash. Huh? They said
Just like
straight
that.
cash, homie. Dang.
I'm not going to go that far as revealing those details, but
oh my,
it was
Lifestyles of the
offer.
Watson famous.
Yeah,
That's
for real
true.
though. TJ, if he would have saw
Good
my house,
family.
they would have
Good
said, "Oh,
family.
what is this? That's crazy."
Gotta love that family.
So, Tori,
Yeah,
as
I hate
we
you, bro.
bring up Jordan Love to you, if you could characterize, has he lived up to your expectations this season?
I think he's floating at the line with me. He's floating. I can't say he's
surpassed
that line. I think he's right at the line because the Packers still have a playoff team at this point. So I think that Jordan Love needs to impress me. I haven't seen a really standout, impressive game from Jordan Love. I've seen a good game from Jordan Love. I've seen how he was able to, keep the Packers in certain spaces to be competitive, but I haven't seen that great game from Jordan Love.
But Tori, one of the reasons I think that Jordan Love has had a good season, but maybe not great.
It's a good season.
It's good.
Great.
Man, he needs a wide receiver one. I watch these guys like Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, and they're unguardable. Like every time you want to get them the ball, you can get them the ball. And we thought these receivers were going to take a collective step forward, and they really haven't. They lead the NFL in drops, and Reed, Wicks, and Dobbs all rank in the top 10 of drops of the whole league.
Well, so you got some young boys out there that's probably, not going to sleep at 10 o'clock, Okay, so I'm just saying.
It's probably true. But they got to play. It's during the season. You would think, which of those guys do you think will take the step forward and be a legitimate wide receiver?
I'll say this. There was some controversy earlier with Romeo Doubs. I think Romeo Doubs is our third down go-to guy. And he was injured. He's having some difficulty. I find it interesting that Reed didn't have any yards in the Detroit game.
He's had 8 receptions in 4 games.
So is that a part of the coaching plan? Is that what is that? Because
a couple things. The Packers had the ball for 24 minutes compared to the Lions on the other side 36.
Right.
So they didn't have as many plays. It was 71 to 44 plays. So we've talked with Jason Wilde, we've talked to Tauscher, and eventually just Matt LaFleur, no matter what, has to make sure he's finding a way. Would we all agree that Jaden Reed, despite Christian Watson's athleticism, is the most explosive playmaker?
Consistently explosive, yeah.
Right.
He can make things happen. He's more dynamic.
You got to get the ball in his hands.
And that's exactly my point. Is I think we all agree we've other than the drop of Christian Watson and the fumble that he had in the first quarter, he makes big plays. But from a consistent manner,
he has bursts.
Yes.
I call it
We still
when he does do something, it's a huge burst.
What we know from Jaden Reed, as Alex Strofe eloquently put it earlier, unfortunately isn't as true anymore. What did you call him?
Today?
No. When he was
that dude.
That dude. He was playing like that dude. And all of us, including Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, I don't know Willie and Tausch, but I know I saw polls of is the number one wide receiver thing solved? And here we are re-legislating something that probably is a bad time to re-legislate as you're trying to find a path to success late in the year.
For me, I understand. Maybe I'm soft on the Green Bay Packers because I love them so much. Is that I understand.
You answered your own question there.
No, I think the Green Bay Packers have a lot of guys that will be, can be a legit number one threat. I just feel like we've talked about how this is the youngest team in the NFL and how maybe we feel like this team is a year away. If this team is a year away, they're still the youngest team in the NFL. You're talking about second-year receiver, whether or not he's a number one threat. Maybe they're just not ready yet, right? This is just part of the steps into the greatness that they're trying to work to. Maybe Jaden Reed is a year away from being a 1,200, 1,300-yard receiver.
Well, but my question is, how quickly do these guys that are number one wide receivers, how quickly do they flash? Almost immediately. Oh, but by their second year, these guys are putting up stats. They're all pro. I mean, the guys that are good, they're good pretty darn early.
I mean, Puka was in the last draft class. He got drafted way after Jaden Reed. So
right. Well, I think that Romeo Doubs, to me, is the solid Chris Carter-like receiver in our core.
So you're saying everyone plays a different role.
Right, because when you want third downs, Romeo Doubs, to me,
is reliable.
Is the reliable one. I think if you want flash, you want, Reed, Christian Watts, if you want toughness, you go to the tight end game. But I think that with the combination of where we can do the ground and pound and we can pass, I think that the Packers are the most dangerous team. That's why I say in the NFL, because there is really no weakness other than their inexperience in youth.
Are you afraid of the Lions if we play them again?
No.
Or you want the Lions?
No, I'm not. I'm not afraid of the Lions.
You and Tori are two in the same. There really is no weakness other than the youth. What about the pass rush? What about the cornerback depth?
But fine. But what I'm saying
What about the inconsistency?
I'm talking about when it comes to the Green Bay Packers, they are not out of those big games. You don't see them just getting trashed or just getting pushed around
despite
in those
deficiencies that you just listed. You didn't have Jair Alexander. That's a big hole. You have I
just hate playing
the Lions had 6 starters out too.
Again, they're different. The Lions are better than the Green Bay Packers.
I just feel like as I'm listening to Kyle and Tori, it becomes more of a conversation of trying to convince ourselves why the Packers are something that they haven't shown us.
Well, I'll say this. The Packers have not shown us a team that couldn't do it, though.
Thank you.
You can't say that the Packers can't do it.
It's like saying we're really good at being runner-up.
Okay, but either way.
The Packers are Brad Nortman.
Either side.
Really good at being
either side.
just not good enough.
I'll say this. If I was a team and I was in the playoffs, I wouldn't want to face the Green Bay Packers.
And that's the whole point.
I would not want to face the Green Bay
I promise
Packers.
you, every game, when they look at, when you talk about the Eagles, when you talk about the Lions, when you talk about the Buccaneers potentially, when you talk about maybe the Seahawks or the Rams, when they have the matchups, they say, I don't want to play the Packers. Even with how well the Vikings are playing, they probably feel they have a better chance because they think Sam Darnold hasn't proven it before, right? The Packers are the wild card team that nobody wants to play. You can say that all you want.
It's not just me. It's not just me, guys. It's people commenting to our show about what we are saying. Miserable Goat chimes in on YouTube. This proves that we as humans tend to see what we want to see, regardless what is actually being shown / seen.
And people in the chat, too.
Powerful.
That was probably towards your Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust debacle.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What a pivot from you. Speaking of you, Kyle, I like when you tell us about how you can give people a shopping spree. Wouldn't you like a shopping spree, Tori?
Hey, look, I love shopping spree.
Well, let me tell you
It's
this, Tori.
Christmas
Let me
time.
tell you something, Tori. You can't win this shopping spree, but everybody in KBN Nation can win this, Tori. Guess what I'm doing on Friday?
What you doing?
I'm going to the Bucks Pro Shop on Friday, and guess what I'm doing?
Getting some Pro Shop merchandise.
I'm getting some Pro Shop merchandise, but I'm also giving away something. Guess what?
What is it?
A $500 gift card.
What?
To the Bucks. Yeah, yes.
You know how many hats I can get?
Hats, jerseys, everything at the Bucks Pro Shop at Pfizer Farm. I'm telling you, there's nothing that can be better than going holiday shopping with the Milwaukee Bucks. Come join me on Friday, this Friday, December 13th, as I will be giving away a $500 gift card at the Bucks Pro Shop at Pfizer Farm starting at noon. Make sure you get there early and answer some Bucks trivia questions. You know Bucks trivia, Tori?
Hey.
All right. Now, if you feel like Tori, you know some Bucks trivia, this is your chance to
Let
play
a brother
trivia.
hold some.
I can't let you hold nothing, Tori, because you work for us. But tell KBN Nation to come on out. Friday at noon.
Friday
for your
at noon.
chance to win a $500 shopping spree at the Bucks Pro Shop at Pfizer Farm. Yes, a $500 shopping spree, a gift card at the Pfizer Farm at the Bucks Pro Shop this Friday. If you can answer 3 questions, yes, all you have to do is answer 3 trivia questions in a row, and the first one to do that is the winner of a $500 gift card for the Bucks Pro Shop at Pfizer Farm. I'll see you, KBN Nation, this Friday, December 13th, at the Bucks Pro Shop at Pfizer Farm, right at noon, for your chance to meet me, but also to win a $500 gift card to the Bucks Pro Shop. Happy holidays, KBN Nation.
Our birthday boy, Alex Strofe, got a rightful day off on Monday, which means he was not on Mr. Irrelevant on YouTube at 12:30 on ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube, which means we need to get his voice ready for tomorrow when he's back on Mr. Irrelevant, which means becoming relevant with Alex Strofe is next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Things ever happened to you from a breakup?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, no.
I don't want to talk about it.
You brought it, so I had to ask.
I ain't gonna put my old shorties on blast, but
why not? They're old shorties.
I've had
old shorties.
My parents listen to this show. I don't want my parents to know the craziness that I've dealt with that they son been a part of.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Delays on eastbound 94, stretching all the way from 84th Street all the way to 35th. The westbound side heavy too, from about 16th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound 43, you're looking at delays from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. A few more delays between Lapham and the KK River crossing. Southbound on 41, slowing down from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by Bartolotta Restaurants, providing memorable experiences for over 30 years. Get the perfect holiday gift this season with Bartolotta's gift card. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a few flurries possible, a low of 24. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, chilly. Scattered snow showers with a high of 28. Weather is brought to you by the Corners of Brookfield. Help the big guy out this holiday season. Drop off your little one's letters in a special North Pole mailbox in the Market Square through December 22nd. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Romeo,
This 3-syllable, you have to take the O out of the equation. That's too easy.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Iota, right? Not one iota. Iota.
Yeah, that's only 4 letters.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
Let's pretend you're a first-time listener to Wilde and Tausch. What the hell is this? They're discussing syllables.
On 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Be greeted by an owner at America's largest employee-owned jewelry store.
Welcome to Kessler's.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
It's the holiday season, a special time to celebrate with family, friends, and coworkers. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Let us help you with your holiday celebration. Whether you're having a small family gathering, a bigger bash with friends and relatives, or a company party, we've got everything you need at the lowest prices in town. Discount Liquor is your one-stop gift shop with over 100 varieties of liquor, beer, and wine gift sets for everyone on your list. Visit us today at 51st and Oklahoma in Milwaukee and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com. And from our family to yours, have a happy and safe holiday season.
Discount liquor.
College hockey returns to Fiserv Forum with the 4th annual Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off, December 28th and 29th. The Wisconsin Badgers return to defend their title, facing the Ferris State Bulldogs in semifinal action on day 1. The Yukon Huskies and Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks will battle for the other spot in the championship game. Don't miss the college hockey action coming to Milwaukee and see who wins the championship on day 2. Secure your seats today at Ticketmaster.com.
Wins, wins, and more wins are waiting to be uncovered at Potawatomi. Get ready to find yours in a winter stash of $300,000 in prizes this December. Play with your rewards card for entries, drawings on 3 thrilling Thursdays. Some seriously big wins are waiting for you. Winter Stash at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Now I'm feeling so fly like a G6. Like a G6. Like a G6.
Oh, this is the time of year where you do some self-reflection. And if in that reflection you notice that joint pain is just not going away, your knees, your hips, your shoulders, your back, QC Kinetics to the rescue. My friends at QC Kinetics are the local medical professionals that utilize advanced protocols in regenerative medicine. They've already helped tens of thousands of people, and they want to help you too. It could be a new you in 2025, and they use things that only I've heard about in theory, but when I saw it with my own 2 eyes, I said, okay, QC Kinetics, this is why you are the leader in advanced regenerative medicine. You're talking about plasma and platelets and stem cells, all sorts of things that can regenerate tissue and get rid of that joint pain, not for a short term, but for the long term. So if you're thinking, man, finally, I want to live that life I want to live. I want to get back to being active. This is your sign to get a second opinion. Steroids, surgery, shots are not your only options. QC Kinetics can help you get rid of that pain in wherever you have joint. And that consultation, it's completely free, so there's no risk. So you might as well call my friends at QC Kinetics today at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, it's time to become relevant. Stroph's time to shine on KBN starts now.
It's all starting to add up. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. And we're going to get to becoming relevant with Strophy, but we discovered during the break that obviously he was off yesterday, but he's got a big week ahead. So if you love you some Alex Strofe, stay tuned. What do you got, Strophy, coming up this week?
What do I have this week?
Yeah, let the fans know where they can get you.
Let's do it, baby. All right, coming up right after KBN today.
He perked all up to talk about himself.
Oh, yeah, you know me. I love me some me, just like Terrell Owens, my birthday buddy. Homer Hour tonight. John Anderson, myself. Jason Wilde will join us at 5:15. I'm in on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy the rest of the week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
We ain't getting crap from this boy.
Featured.
So me and Chewy, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Dude Friday. Me, Joshy DiMaggio, intern Will running the show.
Oh, God.
Ooh, fun.
That's going to be fun on Friday. Friday night, the 608 basketball tournament, 100.5.
We can talk about
ESPN.
that when he joins us tomorrow. Let's get to becoming relevant.
Join us. Yeah.
Yeah.
NBA Cup play tonight, boys. Quarterfinals for the Bucks. They host the Orlando Magic tonight at Fiserv Forum in NBA Cup play quarterfinals. It's the Emirates NBA Cup, Benny. Now you know how to say it. Does it matter to you if the Bucks do well in this tournament, or do you not care?
I think it just matters from a not like winning it all. It's so early in the season that you are happy with the turnaround. But if they can like compete at a high level and show some trajectory with this team, and Chris getting back with his minutes restriction, like I don't think they're looking at this and saying we have to win this. But it would be a good building block for a team that, I'm not going to lie, they just need a win. And when I say they need a win, not on the court, just from a belief standpoint that, hey, we traded for Dame. Chris is coming off of injury. We've got a couple new pieces that we're trying together. This is Doc Rivers' opportunity to get like something on his resume with the Bucks that isn't, taking over for 30-13 Adrian Griffin and it not going well. I just feel like they need to continue to stack positive momentum. So I think it does matter in how they play moving forward in this Emirates Cup.
Yeah, I was under the impression last year when they started doing this, that this midseason tournament is important. You start stacking wins. You win something that matters that might propel you to later. In the end, it doesn't matter. All that matters is April and March and be able to then play your best ball and be healthy then. So right now, what happens in December, if they win, if they play well, that's great. But I don't think it has any impact on the end of the season outside of seeding. And it doesn't even it goes to total record, right? So it goes to total record. That's great. But yeah, it'll have no impact on if they make a run for the NBA championship.
Yeah, it's just playing basketball and playing good basketball. I think it's the opportunity for the Milwaukee Bucks. They'll be playing for something. I think this matters. You win some extra money when you do this. But more importantly is, like Ben said, you're playing a little bit more intense games than just a regular season game. There's a little bit more to it.
But
right?
you don't think the added pressure would give you, let's say they get to the championship game.
Yeah.
Right? That doesn't give you more faith come the postseason that they can make a run when it matters?
Just different.
No, with this team, I think it gives them a little bit of something. Like last year, the Lakers sucked, right? The Milwaukee Bucks, I don't think suck. I think if the Bucks make it to the championship this year,
shocker, Kyle doesn't think one of his teams sucks.
But these are all veterans, right? I mean, they've been around for a long time. These aren't young guys trying to get a victory under their belt. They're veterans.
I think it's fun. I think it's something that could be positive, right? There's no negative that comes from this.
Unless they suck tonight.
And then it is what it is. It's just another game.
Wow, you can spin zone anything.
Yeah, he really can. He's really good at it. Dating back to Thursday's loss for the Packers against the Detroit Lions, Jared Goff told Andrew Whitworth of Amazon Prime following the game that Dan Campbell initially wanted to kick the field goal on 4th and goal. Goff, disappointed, says, "Hey, coach, we got to go for it." You buy that story?
Scary ass boy. Goff was scared. He didn't want Jordan Love to get the ball again. That's what it was. He said,
I
Coach,
love you.
Respect Jordan Love too much.
I love you.
Coach, if we kick the field goal, Jordan Love gets the ball, and then I got to get back out here, Coach. Scurry ass boy.
Wow, I was not expecting that.
Not expecting that either. Look, I just think it's interesting. I don't know if I'm buying it, but I love that Dan Campbell is getting the reputation as the guy that goes for it, goes for it. And if everyone's saying it's going to bite Dan Campbell, I think they all are just blindly following him now that, no matter what, it's the right decision to go for it. So now he's got the whole team thinking they should go for it every time. And so now, what was Dan Campbell's decision to go for it is now trickling to the players. So it's a collective Detroit Lions thing now. This isn't a Dan Campbell's going for it. It's the whole team now.
Yeah, and you got guys that are trying to change their image, right? Jared Goff feels like he's safe, he's consistent, he's just sort of go out there, run the offense. Between Dan Campbell trying to change the culture of the Lions and Jared Goff trying to change his image in the NFL, you got guys that are playing reckless out there.
Yeah, he tripped and fell and got lucky that he was able to handle
it. Coach, let's go for it. Meanwhile, trips and falls.
For real.
Yeah, and he didn't even that's what's ironic. Let's go for it. Here you go, David Montgomery. Let's not call a pass play. Let's call a run play.
I will say this. You guys make a great point, is that you're talking about identity of a football team, taking on your coach's identity. He came in there with a goal to let them know we're going to change this culture here. And now to the point where he's like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Job done. Job well done, Dan Campbell. Now you just got to win a championship, but job well done. You got these guys asking you to be reckless.
What's interesting is when a coach goes for it on fourth down, maybe you don't get it. You might have some player blowback and be like, what are we doing? Why did we make that decision? That wasn't smart. If he has this kind of buy-in from top down, if they don't get it, there's no mutiny. There's complete buy-in, and you move right on. So it's a good sign of a healthy culture in Detroit.
News becoming official in the last hour of the Wisconsin Badgers football team adding their new offensive coordinator. It's Jeff Grimes, the now former offensive coordinator at Kansas. Previous stops include Baylor and BYU as the offensive coordinator, a two-time finalist for the Frank Broyles Award, which is awarded to the nation's top assistant coach. Broyles led Kansas to the 12th best rushing mark in the season, or in the collegiate football this past year, 212 rushing yards per game. Thumbs up, thumbs down, or we don't know?
I am going to defer to Kyle Wallace, who's been all over Kansas Jayhawk message boards.
Yeah, I've been over the message boards. I also read an article from Kansas that they wrote about him leaving. Let me just say this. If we were to lose a coordinator and we're jumping for joy because the guy is gone and he's out the door, I don't know if this is the guy we want. People in Kansas right now, they're happy. They say, don't let the good Lord split you where the door hit you. Is that what they say? Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you? That's what they're saying for Jeff Grimes now. They want him gone. They're excited.
That is what they say, yes.
They are excited that he is gone. I don't want somebody as a reject from somewhere. The offense at Kansas went down this past year, even though they returned a lot of receivers. They returned 2 great running backs. They returned their quarterback, but their offense got worse. One of the worst passing offenses in the Big 12 last year. This is not the answer, guys. I'm telling you this right now. I don't want to fire Fickle, but the firing may be imminent and inevitable.
Ooh, scathing words right there from Kyle. Look, this is the most important hire in Coach Fickle's tenure. He has one chance to get this right. He's not going to have time to hire another one, right? A season, maybe 2 to turn this thing around. So, I'm like, you guys ever see the Gladiator movie, right? I haven't seen the new one. You know how the Emperor holds his thumb out sideways? I'm holding it sideways. I'm not going to put it down or up yet. I got to see at least.
But he usually goes up or down. He doesn't just hold it sideways.
Yeah, I'm holding it.
You're hitchhiking is what you're doing.
I'm holding it there until I see the product on the field, until I see the product on the arena.
What a weird analogy from our guy, Brad Nortman.
Up or down. I'm holding it steady for now.
I hope it's up. I really do. But there's nothing in his past. I mean, the dude lost 20-plus games to basically FBS opponents, right? As an offensive coordinator at Baylor, and he left Baylor. He went to Kansas, and he didn't do anything. So hopefully Jeff Grimes finds some luck here in Wisconsin. But right now, I don't feel good. Strofe, what do you feel? You're a Badger guy.
Yeah, I mean, no offense to Phil Longo, but I feel like anything's an improvement, and clearly this is an OC that emphasizes rushing the football, so hopefully the Badgers can bring in some stud backs, and we will see what happens.
Well, speaking of the Badgers, college hockey is returning to Fiserv Forum for the 4th annual Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off, December 28th and 29th. The Wisconsin Badgers return to defend their title, facing the Ferris State Bulldogs in semifinal action on day 1. The Yukon Huskies and Alaska Fairbanks. Nooks? Nanooks? Dang it. They're going to battle for the other spot in the championship game, but most importantly, you like hockey? You haven't seen it in person? Go see it at Fiserv Forum. Get your seats at Ticketmaster.com or be caller number, Strofe?
9
right now to win 4 tickets to the Saturday, December 28th games at Fiserv Forum. 800-990-3776. Caller 9 will win 4 tickets to the Saturday, December 28th games at 800-990-3776. Caller 9, 800-990-3776. Hockey at Fiserv. More next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
And make sure everyone's tuning in when we do this, because y'all's faces are going to be like,
it better be sweet.
If you think I'm going to act like that for oatmeal, you're outside your damn
You've never
mind.
had Brad Nortman's oatmeal.
It's not Quaker,
I've
is
also had
it?
chocolate chip pancakes with butter
organic.
and syrup that make me go, oh, baby, oatmeal ain't going to do that.
You'll be surprised. I'm going to do a variety.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Southbound on 41, heavy from just south of Appleton Avenue, all the way down past Capitol Drive. Southbound 43 has some delays too, from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette interchange, all the way down to the KK River. Northbound slowing down from Fond du Lac up around North Avenue's curve. Westbound 94, you're looking at delays right out of the Marquette all the way to Hawley Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy, a few flurries possible, a low of 24. And then tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, chilly, scattered snow showers with a high of 28. Weather's brought to you by the Neal Group. They know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Engagement rings, wedding bands, and big anniversary diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Winter is here. Don't let your car care take a backseat. Protect your car against rust, salt, and grime this season at Tsunami Express Car Wash. Tsunami Express makes cleanup a breeze with their state-of-the-art wash technology, powerful free vacuums, and convenient unlimited wash memberships. Try their new best-in-class T2 with graphene wash for the ultimate long-lasting shine and protection. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Try your first wash free when you sign up online at TsunamiExpress.com.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is hosting their first ever tournament with $750 in cash prizes available. Hey ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellerson, and Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a 2-man scramble at Whistling Straits, all from their comfortable golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. The tournament costs $120 per pairing and is happening now through December 31st. Your winter chance to play Whistling Straits awaits. WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Mark Tauscher here, encouraging you to join in on the fun with Prize Picks, the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. PrizePicks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy so that your lineups stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, PrizePicks keeps your lineup live. PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. And when your picks hit, you get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. And you can now win up to 100 times your money on PrizePicks with as little as 4 correct picks. Download the app today. Use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. Run your game.
Spending more time at home? Don't forget that 94.5 ESPN's on your smart speaker. Just ask Alexa to open 94.5 ESPN. 94.5 ESPN on Alexa is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Over my head, I'm out of my mind, thinking I was born in the wrong time. One of a kind, living in a
listening, you ask yourself, why don't they listen to what I say? Well, I got a solution for you. Sit Means Sit Dogs Training. Because you can have a happy, confident, and obedient dog. Contact Sit Means Sit Dog Training in Milwaukee or Waukesha to schedule a free consultation. SitMeansSit.com, Milwaukee Waukesha pages. Check out the Green Bay Game Day post-game show for the dog of the game, Kyle. That's right. Sit Means Sit Dog Train. Check it out. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. Our guy, Alex Strofe, running the show. 800-990-3776 is the number to get in. Check us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee or just at ESPN Milwaukee. We got some real fun adrenaline energy in here, I can tell you. We got some dude energy right now. It's not Dude Friday on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. It's Dude Tuesday on Kyle, Brust, and Norman.
What makes Friday Dude Friday?
Because Jen Latta goes on assignment for College Game Day on Friday. Very good, Kyle. I'm glad you listened to our station.
Bro, I got a whole nother things I got to do at that time.
So can I tell you how the gas situation ended yesterday?
Yes,
Bradley.
For those who missed it, 37 miles to go, 28.9 miles to Delafield Quick Trip because he's loyal, goes to the same pump, and if that pump is taken, he has a backup pump.
Were you built for it, Brad?
So here's what happened, and I'm curious if you guys were built for this situation. So I'm driving the car, and I'm seeing the mileage. Now, I texted you guys pretty quickly. Hey, the mileage, like the range mileage is plummeting fast,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Very
Cold
stop and go.
outside.
It's cold outside. It went down to like the low 20s quickly, but it was in the low 20s as I was sort of entering, Tauscher area, all that. And then in the blink of an eye, it showed me, and Strofe, I sent you a picture of it for our YouTube audience, right? Okay, he doesn't have it ready. That's okay.
He's a little preoccupied right now.
So I'm going to show you what came up. I'm reading. My eye is absolutely fixated on that number, right? And then what pops up but this. And I'm showing Ben Brust right now. It's just a picture of a car with a red gas tank next to it.
Consumption.
It doesn't even show numbers. It's just a picture range.
Have you ever seen that before?
Never seen it before.
Oh, Panic Brad definitely got off.
So I was about 15 miles. 15 miles from my Delafield Quick Trip that I covet so closely.
Ain't no way.
So what do you think I did?
You
got
pulled
off.
over and got off.
I got off.
Yeah, of course I got off.
What did we say all show, Kyle? He's not made for this.
But hold on.
for that
This
type
isn't
of
fair.
adrenaline rush.
This is a complete gray area. It's not even giving me
No,
the mileage
that's what my
anymore.
car shows too.
Yeah,
it stops telling you the miles, and then you look at the gauge, and then you say, "Hey, little buddy, you still going?"
No, it should tell you
Brad,
the mileage until
Brad,
zero.
I'm-
You can't
Brad,
go
you're
to-
not made for this.
You
Okay,
can't go
we
from
are
zero
experts.
to an image.
Brad, how many times have you ever asked Ben or I to use your charger for your computer?
Well, how many times have I asked you guys?
Yeah.
Never.
Okay, and in reverse?
All the time.
Can I use it now, by the way, because I'm
Yes,
low on
you-
battery?
yes, you
because
can.
that's what we do.
Because
We
I
like to live on the
always
edge.
bring my charger.
Well,
It's always charged.
Well, because we don't prepare ourselves like that, and we like living on the edge. You don't like living on the edge.
He
Brad.
said,
You
"I'm
can't-
going to get an adrenaline rush after work," and we were like, "Yeah, this is Brad's adrenaline rush," pretending like he's going to drive to a gas station, risking it on low gas.
He made it 15 minutes.
If it would have maintained the number mileage, I would have just been so fixated on that and said, well, I got 10 miles to go, 15 miles to empty, we're good to go. But it changed from number of mileage to literally just an image.
This is what I learned,
It's a complete
Brad.
guessing game at that point.
American
So my
cars-
anxiety spiked.
See, I drive a nice little Ford. American cars know how Americans are. We're reckless. They say, listen, we're going to tell you to the single drop. Those foreign, them German, they're precise. They said, we told you had 30 miles, but once we ain't telling you no more, it means get your behind to a gas
Means
station.
it's on you.
We ain't playing that because you're not going to mess up this great
Dave
German
from
engineering.
Aaron, Bradford, around 20 miles left. Just about all manufacturers flash a message to get damn gas now. They don't want you suing them because if they don't get the exact mileage right, they could be on the hook.
Well, I guess they are deferring that responsibility because once I saw that, I felt like my car was saying, you're on your own, pal.
no,
and I
no.
said, can't do this.
You're not a real
I need
G.
assurances. I cannot go any further.
A real G would have did what Ben did and what we did in my mother's car. Is that when the tank says I need gas, you say, well, let me just see how far I can push it. You got to learn your vehicle. You don't know your vehicle still. You don't know what that means. You could have had 20 miles. You could have had 5 miles. But Ben and I know.
I know now.
Yeah. When it says
There's no
time to
excuse
feed
to
me,
run out of
feed
gas.
Yeah, I mean, there really isn't. I will say. So
You're not about that life.
There was I'm pretty loyal to quick trips in general, right? So I got as far as Pewaukee, but then there's a Pewaukee quick trip, and then about 10 miles later is the Delafield one. So there was no more in between. So I had it on the Google Maps.
Yeah, he's
and
so
I did
soft.
I looked at the exit, I looked at the road, I looked at the exit, I looked at the road, and it got to be like a 1/10 of a mile. And I was going. And then blinker over. I'm going to do this.
We could have told him he was getting off before he even started the trip.
We told him he was going to be getting. We told you weren't going to make it home.
It's just sad. I'm really sad that you didn't really have an adrenaline rush at all.
Adrenaline was it was adrenaline initially, and then anxiety replaced it. And I said, this isn't worth it at all. What am I trying to prove?
John chimes in. You guys are all nominated for Idiot Awards for purposely driving your vehicles to the point of being stranded.
Okay.
I got 70 miles to empty right now, and guess what? I'm not getting gas until tomorrow when I go home.
Why would you do that?
What do you mean, why would I do what?
Get it now.
What are you talking about? Why would I do
this
that?
This never happens to me. That's why it's a thing. This happened once every 5 years that it gets to this point.
Well, because I have a certain gas station I like to go to where I know the gas is a little bit cheaper, so I know I got 70 miles. I can go home, get to work. Bro, I'm not crazy. All right? I go to the open pump, okay? That's what I do.
You got to go to the same pump, man.
Nah, I'm not as
That's
crazy
strange behavior.
That's like your spot. It's like your parking spot.
No, it's very different.
You don't have a parking spot here either.
I try to go to the same ones if I can.
And when it's blocked off, I bet Brust like, the day's going to be bad.
Yeah, I got to go to my backup spot. Strofe, did you hear that he goes to the same gas?
Yeah, I did hear that.
Same station.
That's weird.
Same
station I'm okay with.
Pump.
Same pump.
And he's got a backup pump.
It
pump
optimizes
is weird.
entrance and exit and close proximity to walking in the door.
As we know, Brad is very much a guy of routine, which, again, I'm fine with. But the same pump, I mean, you've got, 20 to 30 options at most gas stations?
Yep. And
at least he's
I like my
loyal.
one. I like the one that I choose.
Whatever.
Well, one thing you don't have to worry about is Windows when you work with Universal Windows Direct. Listen, KBN Nation, I tell you all the time about Universal Windows Direct because they have great deals, but also they have phenomenal service. They have great experience. They have over 21 years of industry experience with Universal Windows Direct, and they bring unmatched expertise and knowledge to deliver exceptional home improvement solutions for you. And then on top of that, warranty, true lifetime warranty. When you get your windows done, it comes with a true lifetime warranty, but more importantly as well, you get high quality but budget friendly. So I'm telling you this right now. If you are thinking about getting your windows done, I'm not saying get them done right now. What I'm saying is call my friends at Universal Windows Direct today at 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate. And I'm telling you, you will leave there when they leave the house. You'll talk to your significant other and you'll say, dang, we may need to get these windows done because they offered us so many great things. You know what they offer at UWD? They offer you buy 2, get 2, buy 4, get 4, buy 20, get 20. And on top of that, guess what? They will offer you at Universal Windows Direct 0% financing for 60 months. Yes, 0% financing for 60 months. That is 5 whole years of interest-free payments. Don't wait. Call them today to schedule your free in-home estimate at 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate or visit UWD.com. And KBN Nation, like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Brad, you know what pump number it is?
I don't know the number, but it's the farthest left, closest to this to the Quick Trip building.
John says, I know that gas station well. Brad, tell me which pump and I'll leave you a surprise. Well, there it is.
Okay.
John, leave him a surprise.
Brad, I don't like surprises from people.
Yeah, especially when there's gasoline involved.
How's he going to know? How am I going to know what the surprise is?
He's going to be waiting for you.
I'm a little creeped out.
Yeah,
John Anderson of ESPN formally joins us next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Ben, I've been a fan of you since Scalzo and Brust was on the air. You kind of are like a Pat McAfee for the ESPN Milwaukee. You kind of revolutionized this channel and stuff.
Leo, I'm here for you, and I appreciate everything you say. We love you listening, and you can call in every day and say that. I won't get on.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. What happens when you mix a 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game, so that's what it needs to be. I think his legs. Yeah.
Wilde and Tauscher, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry
Are you guys being serious?
turnovers.
You guys can't put 2 and 3
I got it. I did not get it.
They don't call themselves Racine Danish turnovers.
Sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you two, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
College hockey returns to Fiserv Forum with the 4th annual Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off, December 28th and 29th. The Wisconsin Badgers return to defend their title, facing the Ferris State Bulldogs in semifinal action on day one. The Yukon Huskies and Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks will battle for the other spot in the championship game. Don't miss the college hockey action coming to Milwaukee and see who wins the championship on day 2. Secure your seats today at Ticketmaster.com.
Hey guys, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to give you some advice. If you're making plans to propose to that special someone in your life, the Jewelry Center has to be your stop for the ring. It's what I did. They're the best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee for a reason. I didn't know what to get, but with help of a Pinterest board, the Jewelry Center and their team of specialists took care of everything from start to finish. Naturally mined diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, whatever you're in the market for, when it comes to an engagement ring, the Jewelry Center has it. Find locations and inventory online at shoptjc.com.
Get ready for the moment we've all been waiting for. It's the 300K season finale giveaway at Potawatomi. Friday, December 20th, watch your entries from Bird Bash, Cash Clash, and Winter Stash. All pile into one massive drawing for a chance at up to 50 grand cash. Be there to win your share. December 20th, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Learn more at paysbig.com/finale. Must be 21 years old to play.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Brighten up your home, workplace, or event with flowers and trust Welke's Milwaukee Florist to be your local florist. Welke's is family-owned and has delivered beauty for customers and businesses for well over 100 years. Join Welke's Flower subscription so your home is always fresh, or discover the benefits of creating a corporate account and leave the work to them. Welke's Milwaukee Florist has locations in Elm Grove and at 56th and North in Milwaukee. Go to welkes.com, that's WELKES.com for more info and to place an order.
The president of James Imaging Systems, Tom Tegeter.
Over 45 years ago, my father, James Tegeter, founded our company on a cornerstone of quality, integrity, and service as the best way of connecting with clients. As I reflect on 2024, I'm grateful for the James Imaging Systems team. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to always connecting with clients and helping them thrive. To each long-term client, I extend my gratitude and thanks for your confidence and support. We look forward to remaining connected to you as your local business technology partner. I also appreciate our new 2024 clients for connecting with us. Welcome to the James Imaging Systems family. Looking forward to 2025, I believe if each of us embraces the power of connection, our local community will prosper. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and God bless America.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Joining us on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman is the professor at the University of Missouri. Congratulations on watching Kansas suffer at the likes of your basketball team, John.
Tell you what, it's been a while. I was glad I was there. I did not storm the floor. But I might have said things that were not allowed by the FCC on air because I don't really care for those guys. But it's always good because I'm not sure I can properly put in two words how much those two sides dislike each other. So it was great, and that they were number one, even better.
Well, John, I'm happy that you had happiness for once in your life.
I have tons of happiness.
I'm just messing with you. You needed that one. Everyone needs a win in life, and I'm glad you got one for your Missouri Tigers. But that being said, Tauscher came on today with us, and it's been a conversation on Willie and Tauscher that I've heard periodically, and he straight up asked, and I think it's a good question. Do you think this team can actually win a Super Bowl? It's very simple, but do you think it's not like can they, if they're is this team good enough to win a Super Bowl?
Yeah, they have the potential to do that. I certainly do. I think they have to go through some tough teams. I think there are teams that I think the Lions are still better than them. Not convinced the Vikings are better than them. The Chiefs are better than them. So there are better teams, but I don't think there's any team that they cannot beat. But they've got to play like they did offensively and maybe even a little better.
So that's what Tau said, and I agree with that. They can beat everyone, but winning 4 straight games on the road seems like a tall task for a team that this late in the year hasn't shown us that they could actually do. It never keeps pointing, well, this first quarter or that first half.
Yep.
Like, it's just tough to get behind right now.
Yes, you need at some point. I need to see the whole thing. That is indisputable. The argument you make there is correct. You are going a lot on faith and potential, which at some point, as I sit here in Missouri in the show me state, you have to show me that somewhere. Can it be against Seattle for 60 minutes on the road? That might do it. I think you just need to, not even the whole course of the game. Like, I think their offense has shown it can be really good. The defense has got to be, and again, maybe at this point, like, I'm not letting the other guy off the hook. But at some point, get these people off the field. Like, it is my main mantra from the very first. Get them out and get a big stop. Like, I can't think of the last really big stop that they made when the game was on the line. Somebody help me here. They made some against the 49ers late. They made some against the Dolphins again, late. They made some against the Cardinals late with turnovers. Yeah, game's in hand. I want to know when you are on a 1-possession game and 3 minutes left that you get them off the damn field. And they have not shown me that. And they haven't shown that in years, which is really, really hard to watch. Like, what was that? The Packers were like 1 of 4 or 5 on third downs. And the other team was, 7 of 15.
7 of 15
and then just kept
and 4 or 5 on fourth down.
And because why not?
So who do you blame
why
for this?
not?
John, so do you think this is a personnel issue, or do you think this is we just can't get the DC position right?
I think it, to some degree, is a personnel issue, right? The guys just have not played up to the draft ranking that they have had, for sure. And then some of that, I don't know if it's defensive coordinator philosophies. Some of that's just somebody's going to want to do that. That's what I just can't seem to figure out. Why isn't somebody gotten their back up and just go, okay, I've had enough of this. And, I get there's not a lot of Lawrence Taylor, Dick Butkus's, Ray Lewis's in the world, but maybe somebody just needs to go, how about we don't stand for this anymore? And see if you can just be better than the other guy across from you. So I haven't played that level. And so maybe that cannot be done. But I feel like I've watched that before where somebody just said, okay, I've had enough. And then this is where we draw the line. And it doesn't appear that anybody's got that in them.
Yeah, John, on the defensive side, I don't see that change happening anytime soon. But one change I do want to see, I had an epiphany last night of sorts. I'm watching Jamar Chase and CeeDee Lamb, and I'm thinking, darn it, John, I want a wide receiver one. This batch of wide receivers that we thought was going to take a collective step forward, they're all kind of Bs, and we thought they were going to take a step forward. They really haven't. And I'm just wondering, what's it going to take for either one of them to take a step forward, or if we just need to go to the draft and invest a first-round draft pick in a wide receiver one. I want one, John. Am I crazy to think I want to prioritize a wide receiver one, or are you content with the guys that we have in our current wide receiver room?
I'm probably content until I'm shown otherwise. I think the issue that I have is just instead of like making it anybody's game this week or that, because every time somebody starts to step forward, then they seem to go away from them, or they decide to put somebody else in. Hey, here's Jaden Reed. What a great guy. Now he doesn't get a touch. Throwing or running. Here's Dobbs. Okay, he looks like he's come back and he's great, and then he disappears again. I think some of that might be, let's prioritize somebody in our own room right now that we like in the wide receiver room, and let's see if we can go ahead and drill him with 10 passes a game and see what happens. And then if that doesn't work, then maybe we go your route. But I think the people are there. I think it's just at some point they need to decide they're going to feature somebody.
Well, John, we appreciate your insights, and lucky for us, hopefully we hear less of Alex Strofe and more of you in the Homer Hour, because that's
you don't want that. I'm just going to talk about the Tigers. It's been big.
Yeah, all right, Strofe, take over. It's all you. Maybe John Anderson next, but coming up in 2 minutes, Alex Strofe.